Hey there, biscuit lovers. My name is Zeke Freak, and I sleep with both eyes open. Joining me today are my usual cohorts, Kevin, the world's biggest Big Bird fan, and Sheridan, who knows Wing Chun Kung Fu. And together, we're gonna save the world and get to bed on time. Welcome to the Bakagaijin
Actually, it's Tang Sudo Muda Kwan, not Wing Chun. One is Korean, the other is Chinese.
Nerd!
Yeah.
Martial arts practitioner, thank you very much.
I know.
Also, I don't sleep with both eyes open, but I do sleep with both of my dakis.
Based.
Arguably.
Based and comfy
improvement.
pilled.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm super comfy pilled every night.
But will they protect you from would-be assassins? That's the question.
I mean, I can use them as shields.
No, I think any assassins would walk in, see that, and just walk out.
This would... No, we need to back up for a second. That's telling about you as a person.
Telling about who? Me or him?
Not him. He's using them as shields. That's like sacrilegious or something, I think.
I mean, it is. I'd probably shield them with myself.
Yeah, imagine doing that to your god.
Right.
You can kill me, just don't kill Takamori! Anyway.
I
Yeah,
only
just
get
imagine you
crumbs as it is.
Kevin, imagine you were chilling with Jesus, your pal Jesus, and someone comes in with a knife, and you just shove Jesus in the way. What does that say about you, really?
I mean, Jesus is immortal. He can take it.
See, that's logical. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Respawn timer
I'm not
ever,
sure.
so...
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the G upstairs is gonna feel the same way.
I'm just
I get
wondering.
the logic,
I'm just
but...
wondering how many match betrayals he did during his first time on Earth, because after all those match betrayals, he had a 3-day long respawn timer.
Judas, you team killing fucktard.
Yeah.
No wonder they executed him. He was fucking betraying everyone on this team.
Maybe it's like a Bethesda game. If you wait 3 days, they'll just forgive you.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
maybe
sense.
it makes sense.
What are you talking about? I stole a sweet roll once, and they didn't forget after 6 months. It's like a 5 gold bounty, and they just held on to it.
Never should
Really,
have
that
come
is-
here.
That is the most heinous of crimes.
Let me guess, someone stole your sweet roll.
It's like those fucking old movies that take place in, like, not Arabia, where it's just like, you stole a loaf of bread, off with your hands.
Well, that was the law. That was like Babylon's law or whatever.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just, you
Not sure how.
You see it a lot in, like movies that take place in, like, vaguely the Middle East.
Yeah. I forget what that was. It came from Babylon. I forget what that justice system is called. That eye for an eye shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how widespread. I don't know how popular that really was, honestly.
That is a good question, actually.
Yeah.
Like, how widespread was that? How prevalent was that?
Hold on. Look that up.
That's a very good question. So here at the Baka Gaijin Show, we
The
asked
Hammurabi
question.
Code. Well, it's just 282 rules. Established standards for commercial interactions and set.
Oh no, he cut out again. Oh well.
It wasn't very important. Fuck history.
Finally read his. Oh, god damn it.
What?
Oh. I cut out?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you cut out.
I was. Oh, man. I just explained all of the Hammurabi Code. It's a collection of 282 rules, established standards for commerce interactions, and set fines and punishments to meet the requirements of justice. It was carved into a massive stone pillar that was looted by invaders, but finally rediscovered in 1901.
Let's just take this slab.
Yeah, imagine stealing a whole ass pillar. That's a weekend job.
That's a fucking cartoon. That's some fucking we're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence shit right there.
I mean, wait. Do you remember?
We're gonna steal the Hammurabi Code.
Do you remember the 9-gag meme rock?
The what?
The 9-gag meme rock. They carved a bunch of memes into a rock and buried it in the fucking desert, but then people dug it up.
Oh god.
I'll post it in lobby chat. To be fair, this black pillar isn't that big.
Oh, because
I'll
like
show you a big black pillar.
I'll put it in
Bruh.
in lobby chat. You could fit that in the back of a truck.
Seriously, go look at
Okay.
Sauron's tower. It's a big black pillar.
But yeah, like, yeah,
What did
like
you think
when you
I
say
meant?
pillar, when you say like big pillar, I'm thinking like the size of a room, not like.
No, I thought that too. I thought that too. Google was very misleading.
Yeah, that comes up to my hip.
Yeah, that's not. I've seen bigger.
I've seen bigger.
Yeah.
See, if I was in New York, I'd be like, my old lady got a pillar bigger than that.
Haha.
Yeah, do better, Hammurabi, sixth king of the first dynasty of Babylon.
Yeah, you can do better than this pussy shit.
If there's an afterlife, I'm in big trouble.
You have pissed off every day, known to man.
Hammurabi, the sixth king of the first dynasty of Babylon, has my name on a list.
Zeke is hated in every religion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I get to the consortium of souls or whatever. It's like, where is the man called Zeke Freak? I know what he said on his podcast.
Honestly, I feel like if you put if you put down any 18th century person in front of our podcast, I feel like their mind would explode in about 10 minutes.
We are the single nacho flavored Dorito of podcasts.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know,
Sorry, King Hammurabi, get in line.
I feel like that's the most accurate descriptor of BGS I've heard in a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're here to piss off everybody.
It's true.
No, we're not
Yeah,
here to piss off everybody. We just do that by default. It's just our default state of being.
Yeah, we've warned you before the curse of the Bakagaijin where you will slowly break friendships with everyone not on the Bakagaijin.
I don't have too many of those to go with anyway, so you know what?
Yeah.
Not much is going to change for me.
Damn, he outsmarted the curse.
Shit, this guy's good.
Turns out the secret to not losing friends is just not making them in the first place.
You'll lose all your friends. Haha, joke's on you.
Now in my head, I'm just remembering fucking Sasuke ranting, "You have no family! Mine is dead! We are not the same!"
But Sasuke, we are the same.
That wasn't Smoker long enough.
Yeah.
You gotta go Smoker longer.
Well, I'm trying to do a podcast. I'm gonna wreck my vocal cords if I do that.
Sasuke!
How the fuck is Miley Flanagan able to do all that shouting with a voice like that? Jesus.
I just want to know how much she does a day. Like,
That's also a good
what's
question.
what's her record? Honestly,
Someone should ask Miley Flanagan this.
yeah. Does she do anything else? Is it just Naruto?
She's done a couple of live action like cameo roles. You know, I can look that up. I can look that up.
You
Let's
look that
see.
up. You do that.
Miley Flanagan. Let's see. American actress, born in
That sounds
1965.
that sounds Irish. Miley Flanagan sounds Irish.
Some of her prominent roles
Flanagan
include
probably is Irish.
Naruto Uzumaki in the English dub of Naruto, Piggly in Jakers: The Adventures of Piggly and Terry Perry in Lab Rats. She has made
Storied career.
She has made several guest appearances in television series such as ER, Shameless, Bad Teacher, The Office, and Grey's Anatomy.
I think we brought this up on the last podcast, but I think Richard Cox was in an episode of The Next Generation
He was, yeah.
as a special.
We
as a
did,
guest.
yeah, we did. We did
Yeah.
find that out, yeah.
So finding out that she was a guest star on can you imagine this woman being diagnosed with a terminal disease and then she's like, I'll make it, believe it.
You can't do this to me. I was Piggly.
Oh yeah,
Right,
she had a cameo appearance in Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Right.
Yeah, she was in there for like a whole scene. She was like one of the office workers next to like Kim Jong or whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
Deep Wang.
Is that during that like awesome fucking like scene with like the vulture in the office?
Yeah,
that's a good
that's
scene.
the same one. Yeah.
That's a good. I haven't seen Dark of the Moon since it came out.
I actually
I don't
found.
think I have either.
I actually found, like, whenever you go to like a dollar store, like a Dollar General or Family Dollar, they'll have those
Sure.
DVDs and Blu-rays in these like cheap paper sleeves where it's just like $1, $2. I found Dark of the Moon on Blu-ray for $1, and I'm like, shit, I can't pass that up.
That's exactly what that film was worth.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, it's better than the preceding film.
So yeah,
I'll say that.
I have to point out, altogether, I've paid less than $5 for the first 3 Transformers movies, because I paid $3.94 for a box set of the first 2 movies at Walmart, like, 7 years ago, and then I got Dark of the Moon for $1, so...
That bothers me. You can't make a box set out of 2 movies. That bothers me.
They took the 2 Blu-rays and put them in a box.
I don't doubt that they did. I just don't think. I think that's dumb.
It
I don't
is stupid.
doubt that it happened.
It is immensely stupid, but it was also $4. I can't argue with the price.
Yeah.
And it was like the 2-disc special editions too, so I'm like, damn.
Honestly, I think I got the first 2 Transformers movies from a place in Dayton called Second Time Around, which is like just a pawn shop for music and video games.
Yeah, you and Cube have been wanting to show me Second Time Around. It's just that
we can't.
Their physical location is closed.
Yeah, their physical location is closed because the owner is a gigantic germaphobe and he refuses to open up his brick and mortar again until COVID is completely declared over, which is going to be another couple of years at least. Yeah. Which sucks because I know that it's right next to a college. It's right next to the University of Dayton. So that place was a huge location for college students to get a job while they worked.
Yeah, now they can't do that anymore.
Well, it's great because college students could also purchase cheap music and media and stuff, on their budget. And without that, it's just been a huge blow to the college campus, honestly.
Damn, now they'll have to pirate like cool people.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What a shame. Damn shame.
Yeah, I'd love to show you that place, except I can't. You can go to their online store.
But it's not the same. It's like the difference between Netflix and going to a Blockbuster. It's like, yeah, you can get all the same movies on Netflix, but like, there's an experience of going to Blockbuster.
Well, just wait, Kevin, because Mark Zuckerberg has the solution. That's exactly what the metaverse.
We're all going to join the metaverse.
Oh God! Fuck! Why? Christ!
That was an extreme reaction to walking through a virtual Blockbuster, Kevin.
Look, I need you to understand something about me and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I don't like Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay. That was not very complicated. I could follow that easily.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an easy one to figure out. I don't think anyone judges you for it either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
that's a pretty lukewarm opinion.
There are people who would judge me for it, but their opinion doesn't matter.
I thought we lived and breathed hot takes here on Baka Gaijin, but apparently, we've got some pretenders among us here.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Need you to radicalize a little bit harder, sir.
Kevin, the funny thing is, I don't think Zuckerberg has as many dick suckers as other billionaires.
No, he doesn't. He wishes he did.
Not as many.
I don't know why. Maybe he's just that uncool.
He's not as big as Gil Bates.
I mean, like, I don't think he really has like a cult either.
Yeah.
He's just been around forever. Yep. So apparently people every now and again people will bring up like his philanthropic work or whatever. It's a different vibe.
To be fair, like Gates has regained a lot of his good reputation because of all of the philanthropic work he does.
He has,
and the fact that he is basically planning to give away his entire fortune.
Oh yeah, I love the part where he told his kids, "You're getting none of this."
He is setting aside some. He's setting aside enough that it can be used as investment money, either back into the company or into their own ventures. Yeah. He's setting aside something like $100,000 or something for each one of them.
Damn, that's pocket change for rich people.
Yeah, I know, but he's not leaving it completely out to dry, but he is trying to make them make good decisions with their money, not just squander it uselessly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like if you really want to use this to buy a Lamborghini, go for it. But you could also just use it to be responsible.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that is what he is planning, at least the last I heard.
But I just find it funny that Kevin, nobody should take financial advice from you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you understand this. You understand this perfectly.
How do you practice with money when you don't have any?
Yeah, I was gonna say though, is that like I just find it funny that Bezos and Musk have like all this legion cult of dick suckers, but Mark Zuckerberg's got nothing. Like, nobody goes to bat for Zuckerberg.
No, because he's a giant jackass. I think the social network kind of proved that to everyone.
He's a jackass, and when you look at a picture of him, it looks like an alien's interpretation of a human.
It's really funny because, you know, Steve Jobs is arguably a worse human being, but people suck his dick all day because he made a pretty iPhone.
Yeah,
and his dick's getting pretty rancid at this point. So.
Well, yeah, and it's probably gone at this point. It's probably been eaten by fucking like.
That's a good question. We should ask that. Is his dick actually gone? Is it disintegrated yet?
I'm gonna guarantee yes, because it's mostly.
Where is he buried? Where is he buried? We gotta find this out.
Listen to me. It's mostly flesh, and flesh is the first thing to fucking go.
Yeah, no, I understand this, but I want to see it with my own eyes. Where is Steve Jobs buried? Jobs'
dick, and not just his dick, but his rotting, like worm-infested dick.
No.
I'm glad you're asexual because, good God, man.
It's for science!
The trauma that would cause me.
He's buried at Alta Mesa. He's buried at Alta Mesa Memorial Park in Salo Alto, California.
Cool, I know where I'm going to piss next. Drink it down, Stevie.
Really? You're wait. So you're not gonna piss if you leave right now. It would take you like 10 hours to get there
by plane.
Better stop drinking this soda then.
Just imagine the super piss at the end though. Jeez, stuff of legends.
I've come to make an announcement. Sheridan Sedgador is a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my dad's grave.
I just fuck. It reminds me. Everything is reminding me of that scene from Epic Movie now, where they're pissing in the snow and they make like Guy Ritchie. I don't know. That has come up too many times in the last like 3 weeks. I feel like that's the 4th time I've been reminded of the pissing in the snow Guy Ritchie scene from Epic Movie.
Yeah, but I think this is the first time you've brought it up on the podcast.
Apologies.
It might be. Yeah, thanks. You've awakened traumatic memories.
See, I did not do that. You have done that yourself.
No, I was blaming him.
Still, you've done that
this is a three-man podcast now, Kevin. You can't just assume all comments are directed at you anymore.
Damn it!
Yeah, but anyway, no. Steve Jobs was arguably a worse human being than Mark Zuckerberg. It's just that he had the benefit of like being a little bit smarter than Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like, you know, we're talking about a guy who would just like actively change his license plate like before it ever had to be renewed because he didn't want the government having to have any information on him.
Yeah.
So he would just go out and piss money away to get new license plates and buy new cars just so he couldn't be tracked by the government. He would also park in handicap spots all the time before he was handicapped because, you know, he fucking deserved it, was his defense when he was confronted about it.
Oh, sorry, which one are we talking about now?
We're talking about Steve Jobs. Mark Zuckerberg is mentally handicapped. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think Mark Zuckerberg could think to do any of that stuff.
Mark Zuckerberg released that horrid fucking 3D CG image from his metaverse saying, we're opening up in France and Spain, and thought it was a good idea. He's clearly mentally disabled.
I think you mean Cyber France and Cyber Spain.
Oh my god, I don't fucking care what it's called. I like how VR chat also has I also like how where somebody showed a picture of the Eiffel Tower in VR chat, which is a fucking like not the like $39 billion project. It looks a million times better than the one that they showed in that thing.
Mark Zuckerberg amounts VR chat 2.
VR chat 2.
Oh my god.
These graphics suck. VR chat fell off.
L plus ratio. But yeah. That was an interesting fucking tangent. Wow.
It's not a tangent if it's the point.
True.
I consider it a tangent. Mostly because I've been brainwashed by the ultimate tangent maker.
True.
It's my dream to ratio a billionaire on Twitter.
I've always wanted to ratio Mark Zuckerberg.
No, I want to ratio a popular billionaire. If I ratioed Mark Zuckerberg, I'd be like, okay, fine, but it's not what I wanted.
It's like a consolation prize.
it's you know, it's like I've won, but have I really?
Have you really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So, how everybody been? Because it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since the last episode.
It's been a week. I first want to like.
It's been 1 week.
We made this joke last week. We made this joke last week.
Oh.
It's old. It's dry.
Well, it keeps being exactly 1 week, so you know.
Yeah. It actually wasn't. It's a week and a couple days because we actually didn't we do this on Friday or on Saturday? I want to thank my other two co-hosts here for giving me the chance to do this on a Monday instead of a Saturday. My Saturday was booked this week. I went to Topgolf. I went to Topgolf, which is like a bowling alley, but it's like a driving range instead. So like you have like seats and you have like a station where you like hit balls over a large field as opposed to bowling down a long lane. And then they've also got a full service bar and restaurant service that they'll bring food to you. So it's just like it's literally like think a bowling alley, but replace the bowling alley itself, like the bowling lanes with like just driving range stations. And instead of having rental balls, they have like rental clubs.
So this is open world bowling?
No, it's golf. It's called Topgolf, but it's really cool. And I went there for a friend's birthday party on Saturday. I couldn't miss it in good conscience. So
yeah,
thank you for giving me the extension this week.
No problem. Kevin, was I the only one that was confused and was imagining just like bowling alleys throughout a golf course?
No,
I apologize for my dog barking.
No, I knew what he was talking about. I think that's just you.
I didn't. I thought he was literally driving up to outdoor bowling alleys.
No. It's like a bowling alley, but it's golf instead. So it's a course that takes place outdoors. You're in like a covered area that has like the bar and everything. So think of it like an outdoor covered bar. But then there's like a long field, and then there's like targets and stuff you can hit with the balls and stuff. Turns out I still have a 210-yard drive from the time I used to play golf back like 10 years ago. I was actually on my school's golf team in high school. And I have a 210-yard drive easily,
nice.
Which is farther than any of the targets. So I didn't earn many points because I kept overshooting the fucking targets.
I'm just like, if it's outside, how is it different from a normal golf course?
It's the difference is that you don't follow the ball. It's just a driving range. So the only goal is to just practice shooting the long ball. There's I mean, there are. There's no sand traps. There's no rivers. There's no.
This is like the Overwatch training room of golf.
Yes, it's like a shooting.
With a bar.
Well, a driving range is literally like a shooting range.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But you shoot balls instead of.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, it's like that scene in Grand Theft Auto where there's like a big there's like that facility where like it's just a bunch of rich people like shooting ball. It's like an automatic pitching machine, but for golf.
Yeah.
And it's
it's like a batting cage, but for golf instead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Of course, because it's golf, it's much larger than a batting cage. But yeah. Yeah. That's literally what it is. But anyway, so I went to do that and had fun. I haven't swung a golf club in over 10 years, and apparently I still have a 210-yard drive, which is still beyond any
muscle memory.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But I was one of the only two actual golfers among us, so he and I had a good competition, and then everybody else just kind of watched and smiled and cried.
Ha among us.
Thank you, Craig.
Jesus Christ.
Lovely for you to join us today on time today, Craig.
Big sussy.
Stop it. Stop it. Craig, stop it.
Anyway, that sounds fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did that. And then was at a friend's house last night, saw Kingsman for the first time, Secret Service. Really interesting movie. Action. It's not action comedy, but it also doesn't take it. It's very silly.
Is that the one where the guy has a stutter?
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. He has a lisp.
Oh,
So
okay.
he sounds a little bit
Yeah,
like
isn't
he sounds
Samuel-
a little bit like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, isn't Samuel L. Jackson also afraid of blood in that movie?
Yes.
Interesting.
Like, that is just so far from anything else he's done. It's kind of
He's
hilarious.
defying the pigeonhole. Yeah, that is interesting for him.
But yeah, did all that stuff. And otherwise, I've just been working, grinding away at this overtime, and trying to recover my savings since Germany. Because if everything goes right, which I'm at this point, I've just given up hope at this point. But if borders open up, I'll be trying to go to Japan in March for HoloLive 4th Fest.
Fingers crossed.
Trying to attend that. Fingers crossed, man. That'd be a hell of an experience.
Oh, hell yeah.
For those of you playing at home, 4th Fest is essentially the big concert series for the big concert and convention series for HoloLive. And they do Hatsune Miku style stage performances with the projectors and stuff. And then there's also meet and greets. There's merchandise. There's getting to meet the staff. It's a huge fucking deal. But it only takes place in Japan once a year. And I'd love to get a chance to go. And I just hope Japan opens up. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
so I'm trying to recoup my funds for then. If I go, I get a free plane ticket, which is pretty sweet. Like, so I was originally supposed to go to the Olympics a couple years ago, and then that got shot to shit. Thank you, COVID. But because of everybody having to cancel their flights, American Airlines actually did the unthinkable and gave everyone store credit for their flights. And I talked with them last month, and they said, yeah, it basically lasts forever. The store credit will last virtually forever. So you have like $1,300 of store credit with us. So next time you want to book a flight with us, you can just call us up and we'll take $1,300 off whatever your costs are. And I was like, sweet. So my plane ticket to Japan will be free, which is a huge saver of cost.
Never heard of a store credit for an airport.
The only time this is the only time in history it ever happens. Usually if a flight gets canceled, no matter what the reason it is, you do not, they'll offer you an alternate flight, but if you have to cancel for any reason,
Yeah.
if you've already paid, they will not give you a refund.
Yeah,
It's
you're
unheard
shit out
of
of
for an
luck,
airline.
yeah.
Yeah, you're shit out of luck. It is unheard of for an airline to do this, but because there was so many people, because of COVID and all the borders closing and everything shutting down, because there was such a public backlash about like, this isn't fucking fair, American Airlines just decided to actually bite the bullet and give out store credit for
Yeah,
it.
the thing
I
is,
think Delta
because
did
it's
something similar.
Because it's so widespread, if they actually kept their regular policy and just kept the money,
Oh,
they could
it would be a
have
PR nightmare.
they could have been sued class action for fraud.
Not for fraud, because it's technically in their
Yeah, but like
not for fraud, but
it could have been a
a-
class action lawsuit.
the best, I think the most realistic thing that would have happened is it would have just destroyed their reputation.
Yeah.
Not that American Airlines needs any help with that, but it would have just been a giant nail in the coffin. People would not have come back, and they needed the money desperately at that time. So I think that's the reason. But I still have my store credit, so if I go to Japan, the trip is essentially free round trip.
Awesome.
Which is awesome. So then I just have to save money for hotel and stuff. So hopefully that'll happen. I'll get a chance to go. I've never been to Japan before, and it's been a long time coming. So that's all I've got working in the wings. I might be going to Youmacon in Detroit in a couple of months. Also, that'll be Halloween weekend, I think it is. So it's the one time of the year that you can go to a cosplay convention and not look like a fucking retard. To normies, like obviously, like to other otaku, you don't look like a fucking retard. But
of course.
to normies, you just look like you're just in costume for Halloween. Makes perfect sense. So yeah, but it's in Detroit, and I might be going again this year, depending on whether or not the talent I want to go see shows up, and if I can get some other homies to go. It's really close to me too, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, still falling behind on anime this season. I haven't been able to catch up yet. I might do some of that later today.
I'm way the fuck behind. Ugh, God.
I am on the ball. I'm like a circus bear. I'm on that ball.
Yay.
Except for Call of the Night. I'm like an episode behind a Call of the Night. Other than that, I'm on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to catch up on Made in Abyss and Tokyo Mew Mew. But, let me see. For me, this if you're done, Zerdin.
I'm basically done. I might think of something else to talk about, but yeah.
Saturday was fun. So Saturday, the day we normally would have done a podcast, we decided to push movie night to that day.
Right, yeah.
Because, like, why didn't we do movie night on Monday again? Right, you didn't have a computer.
That's right. Yeah. I have a new laptop. I have a new laptop now.
Yes, you do. Welcome to the PC Gaming Master Race. But,
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I have a very powerful PC, and I'm not part of that master race. That master race is scum. They're villains.
Okay, all right.
They're evil.
Okay.
They're not.
Hot take Ceridan is against ethnic cleansing.
They are not. They are not. They are not.
Just bringing on those hot takes.
They are not fit to lick the shit off my boots with their elitism and their.
Okay, maybe he is for ethnic cleansing.
Pompous
In the other direction.
Yeah, no. I hate PC elitists. They can go fuck themselves. I was a console peasant, and I was perfectly happy with my life for the longest time, and I'm still perfectly happy being a console peasant.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but yeah, we watched Max Keeble's Big Move on Saturday.
We watched Peak Cinema, Max Keeble's Big Move.
Hot take, disagree. Anyway,
I'm sorry. That
hard
movie,
disagree.
That movie's
Hard no.
That movie's fucking funny. Okay.
Hard no. No, it did have some really fucking hysterical moments in it.
This is not a happy place.
Some of the slapsticks was just excellent. It was just excellent. The principal deserves 10 Oscars.
This is without precedent, and also, it's never happened before.
Keeble.
It's so good. It's gonna stick in your mind. You're gonna have like Keeble flashbacks. Great.
Also, that is easily the most early 2000s movie I have ever seen, because, like,
I love it.
There's
such a time capsule.
There's so many elements of that movie I can point to and be like, yeah, school was a lot like that.
Like the clothing styles, the haircuts, the music. Tony Hawk has a cameo in the first 10 minutes. It's great.
The one kid at the first day of school just hanging desperately onto the door of the car being like, I don't want to go! Don't make me go!
The guy with the Palm Pilot PDA.
Yeah. Like, everybody knew those kids.
My handheld.
Does the little baby want his handheld?
I made that joke before they made that joke, and I was like, I was very pleased with myself for coming up with that.
It's good.
Yeah.
I fucking love Max Keeble.
It's actually a really, really funny movie. I really like it. I had a good time watching that one. Now, Zeke believes that our next movie is a downgrade.
Sure.
Which, you can believe that. You would be wrong. But you can believe that.
Yeah.
So yeah, not this Monday because, we're recording today.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, not today, but September 5th, next Monday, is going to be Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha, the movie first, which I'm excited for. I love that movie. I'm a really big fan of that movie, so, like, I'm excited to watch that again.
What would you rate it on the Weezer scale?
This will be good.
It always trips him up.
I give this 2 white albums out of a blue album, or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, really? Really? Okay, that makes sense.
It's a good movie. It's really good. I like it. It's really, really good. And of course, with me being the massive fucking Nanoha fan, I'm gonna be dropping little, like, tidbits about the movie as we go.
Sure.
Because, Zeke did that when we watched the Persona movies together and shit like that, so it's like, it only makes sense I do the same.
That's true, yeah, I did that.
So, yep. There's a lot of, like, interesting adaptational changes they made for the first movie, and even more so for the second movie, but we're not watching that one yet.
Yeah.
We're not watching the second movie yet.
Not even on the list.
We'll see how the first movie goes. But yeah, no, very happy to be watching Nanoha, the first movie, again. Zeke was like, where the fuck do you watch this? I'm like, ha ha ha, I have it downloaded.
It's actually on my anime server.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is our first anime movie we're playing for movie night, because everything we've played so far has been, like, fucking Max Keeble, American Psycho, The Brave Little Toaster. Like, just a very eclectic mix of movies.
It's gonna keep getting more eclectic.
Oh yeah, like if you actually look at the list we have, which is nearing 100 movies now, we have like a wild ass mix of movies.
Oh, we're never gonna get to any of mine then, because I've got like 2 on there. If I'm playing the lottery, I'm doing it wrong.
We already have. We already have one of yours on the pinwheel.
Oh, okay. So there's not everyone shows up on the pinwheel. That's good. I was gonna say my other recommendation was Expelled from Paradise, because I think it was one
That's
of
on the
Toei
pinwheel.
Animation's first. I was gonna say I was wrong about this. I thought it was Toei Animation's first 3D CG animated movie, full 3D CG animated movie, but apparently it was outsourced to a different company.
Yeah.
But it was still one of their first full CG productions, I guess is what I call it. And I thoroughly enjoyed it in theaters. Angela Balzac has a magnificent ass. And yes, her last name is Balzac, and before you make ballsack jokes, just know that is the last name of the drummer from Creed, so shut the hell up. Anyway.
Okay, shut me down immediately. You know what? I can respect that.
So I think it's Creed. I think that's the band he plays for.
But yeah, on top of watching Max Keeble's big move, Saturday was the Splatoon 3 World Premiere Splatfest. So
World Premiere.
Nintendo basically just said, okay, everybody in the world gets to play Splatoon 3 for free for 12 hours. Have fun. And the first Splatfest was Rock versus Paper versus Scissors. Rock won. Rock won,
Ooh.
but Scissors was leading in the halftime. So I was Team Scissors. You know, everybody, you know, dicks out for Big Man, but why
am I not surprised the Yuri fans on Team Scissors?
I actually found multiple fucking jokes on the Splatoon message boards. One of them being like, if your girlfriend's straight, then why is she on Team Scissors?
Reevaluate yourself.
But yeah, no, I fucking love Splatoon 3. I love the new weapons, the new maps. The new maps are honestly better than the Splatoon 2 maps. They're bigger, they're a lot more intricate. And they're designed in a way.
Are they bigger? Are they better? Are they too much for Mr. Incredible to handle?
I'm not sure Mr. Incredible could handle this. But the new maps in Splatoon 3 are so good. One of the biggest issues I had with the maps in Splatoon 2 is that the way that they were designed. Splatoon has this launching mechanic where you can just launch yourself to wherever your other teammates are. Like, you can pick a teammate on...
Self-catapult.
Yeah, you can just catapult yourself over there. But the way that a lot of the maps were designed didn't really encourage use of that mechanic very often.
Skater died the whole way, but yes.
Yeah, it didn't really... A lot of the maps didn't really encourage use of that mechanic very often. Splatoon 3 is very different in that regard. Like, in order to get anywhere, you need to use the launching mechanic, which I like. I like that. It encourages, you know, using the mechanics of the game more thoroughly. The new weapons are really fun. The returning weapons are as good as they've always been. I really do like the new Tricolor Splatfest mode. That's fun. Yeah, I basically just played that for like a good 7-8 hours that day, so I had a great day. Saturday was fucking awesome. Aside from that, my week has honestly been kind of shit. My roommate has absconded with his own TV again because I've mentioned that my roommate is like a pharmacist.
Sure.
And yeah, so my roommate, the people at his work didn't give him the papers to renew his pharmacy
Certification?
his pharmacy certification on time.
Yeah.
So he's gonna end up missing a few days of work. So yeah, he had to use up all of his
Humans. Inefficient as usual.
yeah, he had to use like all 40 hours of his vacation time just to not go into debt. And he's gonna have to borrow extra money from me on the 1st, so he's gonna have to pay me back that later. So yeah, shit's been a little rough for the last week. I planned on doing things, but then things just kind of fell apart. Just
You know you're in deep shit when you're borrowing money from Kevin.
I know, right? Seriously, fuck.
Yeah.
What are roommates for? But yeah, no,
Roommates, sure. Kevin's.
shut up. Shut up, asshole.
Being fucking savage here. Jesus Christ.
You're an
Homer's
ass.
just trying to live. You're taking out his fucking kneecaps.
Keyword being trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my week has honestly been kind of uneventful for the most part. So, Zeke, buddy, friend, pal, chum, what you been doing?
So my eyes just glanced at this fucking Reddit post called "Alzheimer's porn isn't heartwarming if you've experienced the condition firsthand." Trigger warning.
What the fuck?
God damn it, internet.
So what they meant by Alzheimer's porn is like videos of like people remembering shit.
Stop!
No. They mean like videos of like parents like remembering shit on camera and shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought this is the kind of stuff that Chris Chan would
See,
do.
but like, yeah, but like,
Woo!
but they
Spicy.
I get why they called it Alzheimer's porn, but like you can't just put Alzheimer's porn in the title and not have people think, wait.
Yeah. What are the comments on that like? You're good. They're like, hold up.
You ever seen an 80-year-old man ask where's the clitoris? Is that where you put it?
I can't remember the last time I got fucked that good.
Just like a guy comes on like Rod Sterling and is like, little does she know, this happened yesterday.
Imagine if you will.
And the best part is she won't remember.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
God, that
Anyway, in
reminds...
terms of things I've actually been doing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Wait, actually, no. What does the Alzheimer's porn remind you of, Kevin? I'm
No,
really curious
he brought
about
up
that.
Rod Serling. And it reminds me of the tweet from yesterday. Imagine, if you will, a little guy that lives in a blue world. All day and all night.
Yeah.
Everything he sees is blue like him, inside and out. Blue his house, with a blue little window, a blue Corvette. Everything is blue. Even himself and everyone around, as he has nobody to listen.
I can imagine that.
Yep. I'm blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
Right, so I got my new computer, so I've been setting that up. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's a Lenovo Legion R7 Slim. It's pretty good. I originally got I guess I've had a whole saga that I had not talked about on the show.
Ah, yes. The saga of getting a goddamn laptop.
Right. Well, because originally I got that deal on the Gigabyte A5 K1 that Kevin recommended. But when it arrived, it crashed on the initial Windows 11 installation. And I couldn't get it to restart the installation. From my research, I think it was due to the fact that the BIOS that Gigabyte ships their laptops with has been rendered incompatible with Windows 11 by a recent update, so it crashes on installation. I don't know if that's necessarily what it was, but I read that somewhere. So I'm gonna use my confirmation bias and assume that's probably what it was. And I couldn't get it to boot out of I couldn't restore it through the recovery menu, and eventually just stopped going to recovery menu because I was going to be like, well, I wanted to downgrade to Windows 10 anyway, so I might as well just install it from BIOS via USB. But I couldn't get into BIOS because it was locked into fast boot, which locks you out of the BIOS. So it would just fast boot to the splash screen and just stick there because it had no operating system, so it'd just be stuck. I troubleshooted it for a while. I brought it to the Geek Squad. First time in my life I've had to call upon the powers of the Geek Squad. And the Geek Squad looked at it and they're like, yeah, this is fuck. This is gonna be an exchange. Yeah. They thought it was a failed hard drive. I'm not convinced, but I'm not gonna argue with the Geek Squad. So basically, I convinced them to price match. They had this laptop on display. It was a display model. And I basically was like, can you open box that and price match it to this other model from the North Canton location? And they did. In fact, it was actually cheaper. I saved like $50. So I had to pay like $160 in difference from what I paid for the gigabyte. But I got a laptop that day and I set it up and it's worked great so far. So, although humorously they forgot to log out of their like Best Buy account on the thing, and I couldn't factory reset it because I didn't have an admin password. But luckily, you can just do like the hold shift when you turn it off trick to go into the recovery menu, and then you can just factory reset from there, which is what I did.
Yeah.
And then I installed Windows, and then I factory reset to Windows 11 just long enough to install Windows 10.
Yep.
Because I am a gamer. So yeah, and it's worked great ever since.
You're a gamer and you like Bethesda games.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, because my understanding is you mentioned that like Bethesda games don't really play well with Windows 11.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most of them don't play well with Windows 10, so...
Yeah, they play even worse with Windows 11.
Yeah. Well, even beyond that, it's just a variety of, like, possible compatibility issues. And also, I like Windows 10. I don't want to leave it.
Windows 10
I know how it works.
It's a decent OS.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, the upgrade to Windows 11 should be done in a couple of years when it's an updated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
like Vista was much like a great example of this is Vista was terrible if you got it first day. Vista was actually much better if you got it late.
Oh yeah, like same with Windows XP. Windows XP at start, fucking horrible. It wasn't. Windows XP didn't become a good operating service. Didn't become a good operating system until Service Pack 2.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Microsoft has this problem where they always release shit before computers can actually handle it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're future-proofing it, and to be fair, the most powerful computers can handle it.
Well, I know they're future-proofing it, but I feel like it usually comes down to the fact that, well, it runs fine on our Santa Alto fucking server computers.
Well, I think what they should do, and they can't really do this for PCs because PCs really haven't gotten that much more powerful in 10 years or in 5 years. But they should do what phones do, where the OS just gets upgraded and more strenuous as time goes on because they're assuming that you're getting a new phone. So, and
I don't think people upgrade computers as often as they do phones, though.
No, they definitely don't. They upgrade a computer every 2 or 3 years, usually, the average user. 2 to 5 years.
Okay. Well, that's the average, sir.
Yeah, the average.
I'm not average.
Well, I don't. Well, then you're gonna have to tell me which side of the bell curve you swing on, sir. Are you one of those rich assholes who upgrades his PC parts for the fuck of it, or are you?
I'm gonna keep it as long as it works.
Well, yeah, exactly. But most modern PCs, you're gonna have components failing after about 5 years. Yeah. That's just how it is.
Five's more reasonable than 2 or 3.
Yeah, but a lot of people, some people will upgrade their parts after every 2 years. Like they'll get a new HDD, they'll get a new card, things like that. But about 5 years. Whereas phones get traded out on average about every year.
Yeah.
With many people doing it every 6 months once the new phone comes out. Got to get that new iPhone.
See, I'm not even average in that department because I think I've had the same phone now for like.
I've had the same phone for 3 years.
5 years, I think, and the one before that I had for like 7 years.
Yeah, I run my phones until they're dead completely, and then I get a new one.
Yeah. I also don't buy Apple, so I don't have to deal with as much planned obsolescence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, I bought a Google Pixel, which has been the greatest mistake of my life.
Really?
Bitch.
Really? It ranks that high?
To be fair, I didn't want
this phone choke you in your sleep?
No. So the Google Pixel I got because I'm under T-Mobile, and T-Mobile did not have the new LG phone, which LG doesn't make phones anymore, unfortunately, which sucks because my LG G6 was my favorite phone ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely one of the most convenient OSs I've ever seen in my life. Tons of intuitive design elements. Everything made sense on it, and it worked flawlessly and smoothly. But I needed to upgrade to a new phone because it only had 6 gigs of RAM in it, and I needed 8 gigs of RAM to run games on.
Yeah.
So I upgraded the phone at T-Mobile, got rid of my old one and upgraded it, and I was like, "Do you have any LGs?" And they're like, "Well, if you want the LG G8, which was like the last phone they ever made, with 8 gigs of RAM, they're like, you're going to have to pay us out of pocket for it because we don't work with a company for a payment plan for that." And I was like, "Okay, how much is it?" And he's like, $850, and I'm like, "Nope, not doing that."
Yeah, you don't buy phones out of pocket.
Well, I got the other great thing about my LG G6 is because LG at the time had to compete with like giants like Samsung and Apple.
Yeah.
And to a lesser extent Motorola, like they would constantly put their phones on fucking like 20 to 30% discounts all the time. I happened to go get the phone at a time where they had like a 40% discount on it. So I got like an $850 phone for like 40% off, which was awesome. And then it was the greatest phone I've ever owned. So I wanted another LG. They'd shown me that their brand was worth it. I mean, and the other benefits of buying a brand like that, which is why I'm so upset that they're gone, is because they're trying to compete against those giants. They actually have to give a shit about the quality of their phone. You think Samsung cares about the quality of their phone? They don't give a shit. Because it has brand recognition. You think Apple gives a shit? No.
Yeah. Underdog. When companies are the underdog, they always pull out all the stops. This is why late PS3 Sony was so good. They were so generous back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
But as soon as they were on top again.
Yeah, because they were trying to compete with Xbox 360, which was kicking their fucking teeth in financially.
At least in America, yeah.
Yeah,
the PS3 was more popular in other regions.
It's always going to be more popular in Asia because it's the home field advantage. They're always going to be more popular.
It was also more popular in Europe. So,
but I knew a lot of Japanese people who still had 360s because it was just the popular choice of that generation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nowadays I'm not sure what's going to happen to Sony. Cool, but anyway, I ended up going with the Google Pixel because I didn't want a Samsung because I had owned a Samsung Galaxy S6, I think, and I hated it.
Yeah.
It was unintuitive, it was clunky, it was too large, I didn't like it. And so they had Samsung's iPhones, which I'd said I'd rather spit in the face of face of God than purchase an iPhone.
Yeah.
So I didn't go with the iPhone. And then the only other thing they had on payment plan that was a new, like, top of the line phone was the Google Pixel. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a chance. It looks nice. It's got a nice camera. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, which I'm looking for. And I have hated that phone since day one. All of the things that I found intuitive about my LG G6, the Google Pixel does none of. Also, Google Pixel, I purchased this phone right before COVID struck. And it's on my G6, there was a button on the back of it that was your lock button. It also acted as a fingerprint scanner. So if it had your fingers scanned into it, you could just hold your phone naturally, put your finger on that button, it would unlock your phone. Very intuitive, very easy of access, wonderful, great stuff. The Google Pixel doesn't have that. It has a facial recognition technology with the camera, which is really fucking useless once everyone has to wear masks everywhere.
Yep.
So I never got
Google engineers are so smart. Why didn't they think of that?
And now that masks aren't such a big deal anymore, I've tried using it again, and it's finicky as fuck. The LG one worked every time. The Google Pixel facial recognition thing, garbage. Hate it.
Yeah.
Terrible fucking idea. But just a lot of little things about it just drive me fucking nuts. It's probably the worst phone I've ever owned, and I will never be purchasing another Google phone for the rest of my time. I don't want to go with Galaxy still, but I will probably switch to Motorola and go back to my roots, because my first phone was a Droid 2. Not a Droid Razr 2, not a Droid M2, a Droid 2.
My first phone was the Droid X, actually.
Yeah, mine was a Droid 2, literally the second Android phone ever made.
Yep. That was one with a sliding keyboard, if I remember right.
Yes, it was. Bring that shit back, please.
Yeah, my first phone was actually...
That shit was fly.
My first phone was actually a cheap-ass BlackBerry.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah.
The company...
Is it the Kevin Pity Hour again?
The Kevin... No. Blackberries were the shit at the time. They just false cummed way too early.
Yeah.
They just blew their load way too early and then never innovated beyond that.
Quick sidebar, you mentioned you're on T-Mobile. I technically too am on T-Mobile, but I was on Sprint before they merged, and T-Mobile hates me because I'm lazy and I've refused to take my Sprint card out of my phone. So they keep sending me this like kit to like replace it with a T-Mobile card, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I'll get around to it. we are on like month like I don't know 15 since the merger, and they're still trying to get me to take out my Sprint card.
So
I just want to see how long I can keep going until they turn it off.
We were talking about Sony recently, or we were talking about Sony as kind of a sidebar to my phone conversation.
Yeah, the sidebar to the sidebar to the sidebar. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that for a little bit because Sony is fucking up left and right now. I don't know if anybody who's listening. Some of you have probably heard about it. All two of you. But Sony is being sued for what was it, $9 billion, $8 billion, like that.
Some incalculable amount of money, yeah.
Some very large number of billions of dollars. They're being sued for by a European organization that is filing a class action lawsuit against them for basically needlessly gouging their prices on the digital store, and then also providing lackluster customer service, lack of refunds, a bunch of other really shitty.
Yeah, apparently they've been fucking over the British.
Yeah, apparently they've been fucking over the Europeans pretty badly, and to fuck over them even worse, Sony has also just announced a price hike for all of their PlayStation consoles outside of the United States. They won't dare do it in the United States because the United States is the largest gaming market in the world. So they don't dare do it here because
also Walmart shoppers have guns. That could get ugly.
Yeah, it could get really ugly. Yeah. But they won't do it here because the backlash would be unsalvageable. They wouldn't be able to PR their way out of it. But
riots in the street, car fires amok.
They're kind of already not surviving the PR nightmare because everyone is pissed about this. They're increasing the price in some areas by almost $100 worth, which is ridiculous. This is like one of the few times that I have to say one of the few times because Oculus did the same thing a while back. But at least with Oculus, they at least provided you some free software with it. It wasn't $100 worth of free software, but it at least offered you some free, like $30 or $40 software with it for a limited time. If you bought the
rare Zuckerberg W.
Yeah, this is the one thing I get to say that Zuckerberg did better than Sony.
Weird.
But, Sony is not offering any kind of compensation for the increase in the price, and they're claiming that it's because of hard times, cost of shipping increases, et cetera, and I'm like, well, Nintendo and Microsoft haven't. You're a big enough company. If Nintendo can weather the storm without increasing their prices, then you certainly can. Like, Microsoft is a big enough company they can weather the storm, and they're definitely not increasing the prices to deal with that because they want to actually sell. Also, I think Microsoft is absolutely taking the piss out of Sony right now, and they're going to keep the prices the same just because it's a good competitive move. Why buy the now $600 PlayStation 5 when you could buy like a $400 or $350 Xbox Series S and get it into your home, and you can have modern gaming at your fingertips.
We have historically been the anti-Series S podcast, but I understand your point.
Yeah. Trust me, I perfectly understand the not to get rid of physical media. I'm not in that band camp. I don't care.
That's not even the reason. The reason is because it's just so underpowered.
It's not worth the money.
I just think it's a bad investment.
Just pay the extra $150 and get a Series X.
Yeah. Now in those regions, they're making the PS5 the same price as the Series X.
Well, remember the PlayStation Slim, the PS2 Slim that had massive heating. That had massive heating.
Yeah, I remember because it melted a fucking ring in my Persona 3 disc.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they're doing there. It wasn't a good deal. Yeah. It wasn't a good fucking deal, like at any point. But it did allow casual gamers to get a hold of to get a hold of a PS2 at the time, which I understand why the Series S exists. Remember, I think Young Ye said this best. The new Xbox is not so much a new gaming console as it is it is an item that gets Xbox Game Pass into your home.
Yeah.
And so making a cheap version that doesn't have as much power, as long as they're getting you to purchase the Xbox Game Pass and get you on that service, that's how they're making their money. And I can kind of
master plan.
And I can kind of agree with that. Well, I mean, Game Pass is outperforming the PlayStation.
Even on PC, there are so many new computers. Like, you buy a new laptop, you're probably going to get a free month of Game Pass or like a few months of Game Pass.
Yeah, and that's the real benefit. So if you don't have a gaming PC, and this is also why Microsoft is genius, because by basically cross-platforming everything they do with PC. They have essentially put an Xbox into the homes of every single person in the world who has a Microsoft PC. Which is just fucking genius, and that's something that's going to crush Sony.
I
soon if
can't.
they're not gonna
I still have the sneaking suspicion that once Game Pass reaches critical adoption mass, that price is going to go up. I don't think they can keep up how generous it is.
Oh, I'm sure it will, but like Game Pass,
it completely depends.
I'm sure it will, but the thing is, Game Pass is such a massive service that, like, even if they begin to, like, you know, slowly bring the price up, it's going to be a while before Game Pass becomes just so expensive that it's not worth it.
I know. No, I understand that. I just think that, like, it's the part of the ploy that no one's talking about is that they're being obscenely generous right now as, like, just to get everyone in, and then they're like, well, once they have you in that ecosystem, then they're gonna raise the roof.
I mean, but it's like, would you say like $20 a month is ridiculous for, you know, online server security for your account information, as well as like essentially access to hundreds of dollars of free games every single month?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I also think it's going to be more than $20. So
I don't think it will be. I think it might. I think if they increase it past what I think if they go past what Xbox Live yearly was, or Xbox, if they go past $100 a year, I don't think they're going to be interested in the service, and they will lose members.
I don't know. Once you're ingrained in that ecosystem, you've got all those games. Like it does stuff to the mentality.
True.
It can. We'll see what happens with it.
It becomes a sunk cost kind of thing.
No, I agree that it is probably too generous a service to be sustainable at this point, but at the same time, I think they've got such a good thing going. They're going to be way too afraid to hike it up way higher because.
No, I'm sure it'll be a boiling frog situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta show you that picture of my fucking melted ass Persona 3.
Please, because like you said that, I'm like, damn.
No, I've shown you this picture several times.
Oh,
and
right,
honestly,
right.
Yeah, you don't get to see it. I'm just gonna show mine.
And honestly, as long as they keep it so that you know, you can still purchase games on an individual basis. You know, they don't lock anything behind Game Pass.
Yeah.
Then that's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna do like a Game Pass exclusive. That sounds like a bad.
No, that's gonna be a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So
No,
even if the price goes
not.
up and some people don't find it accessible anymore, I mean, they can still purchase games through the service. And they, like I said, every PC still has access to the Xbox exclusive library. Which has been a thing going forward. So Sony's in trouble is basically what I'm saying. Sony's going to be in a lot of trouble if they don't start making some very good moves very quickly, because they're going to lose out to Xbox, because Xbox isn't about Microsoft's model is no longer about selling consoles. It's about selling a service. The console is just the method in which we get the service into your home, and we've already got this service on every Microsoft PC that exists.
Yeah,
and so that's going to be their ticket to win, and they're just going to keep making large purchases like the one with Activision, until Sony just can't compete anymore with their old business model.
Yeah.
Sony's going to have to come up with their own games library market, like Game Pass, and provide it.
I mean, they do have the PlayStation Plus Premium, Extra, and Premium tiers,
but it's not available on PC, is it?
No, not yet. But they are making moves towards PC with their more PC porting their some of their exclusives, and according to gaming leaks and rumors, they have further PC integration plans in the works. It's going to be an interesting thing to see.
Well, that's good, because I don't know how they're supposed to keep up with this if they don't start making moves like that to compete.
Yeah, could be interesting to follow that.
Also, I love how Bungie has changed hands from a Apple exclusive developer to a Microsoft exclusive developer, and now to a Sony exclusive developer.
Hot potato.
Like hot potato.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't get me wrong, they're good at they're good at making, just like yikes.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny.
Interesting.
But yeah, so for all of you who are PlayStation fans out there, I hope you can last the dark days right now.
Yeah, even I'm sort of drifting away with my new PC. Probably not entirely, but we'll see.
Yeah, because like with the thing about having like a split ecosystem, like your own personal gaming ecosystem, having it split between console and PC, is that honestly it becomes a case by case basis of what you want to play on PC versus console, because like
As usual, the real winner here is Valve.
yeah.
As usual.
As usual.
Valve wins by doing absolutely nothing.
Quite literally. All they do is keep their storefront up and do, like, seasonal sales. Boom.
It's like one of my favorite fucking success stories. They're just like, the year was 2004. They're just doing a Half-Life sequel, and they're like, we should make our own store for this. Oh, little did they know.
And
that eventually they just get 30% on everything ever sold ever from that point on.
That was the smallest snowball, but then it rolled. Yep. And it has continued rolling ever since.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yep.
I've also heard rumors that Microsoft has been working with a few people from Valve to develop some kind of technology for the new Xbox. And if it's VR tech, then I'm all for it.
It'll be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Because if you had a company like Microsoft starting to push like VR stuff, like that industry is going to explode overnight.
Watch out, Zuckerberg! They're coming for you.
So I gotta understand, why aren't people taking in my innovation? Too busy having fun with our service, Zuck. Shut the fuck up.
Because we make games. We don't make virtual blockbusters.
Yeah, virtual blockbusters or virtual Walmarts that you still have to go to pick up your goods.
We make games, I think.
It's just so silly. Virtually going to a virtual Walmart and virtually picking up your virtual items to put in a virtual shopping cart. It's just so... It's so monkey-brained. It's just like... It's so advanced, yet so not. It's so silly. It's so silly. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg, you're so silly.
Oh, Mark.
Oh, Zuckerberg, you're so silly.
Oh, you card.
Nobody should use this voice when describing Mark Zuckerberg.
I agree.
It's not kosher.
Please stop.
It's not kosher.
Please stop. Stop now.
Okay. In terms of things I'm actually doing, though, fucking Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobe comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna hit that up. I got that unlocked. I got that on it's preloaded. It's preloaded, Kevin.
It's probing time.
It is soon probing time. Unfortunately, I don't think it unlocks at midnight. I think it unlocks at like 9 a.m. tomorrow. One of those shit preloads.
But Zeke, why are you playing Destroy All Humans 2? It's so outdated.
Dude, I showed you that IGN review and how shit that was. That was nothing compared to the Push Square review. Holy shit, that guy has problems.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm interested in hearing about this. Come on now. What did they say about it?
Okay, fine. I guess I have to load up the Push Square review now.
Oh, please do. Like, I wanted to, like, that IGN review was fucking garbage.
Yeah, this is going to physically hurt me to read. Where is it?
Yes.
Where the fuck is it?
I need you to understand, that is why I'm here.
Yeah. They post so frequently, it's not even on the front page anymore. Well, fuck it, reviews. Okay, alright. Kevin, what kind of loser voice should I give this guy?
I don't know, man. Just...
Give him the Stan voice from Birdman.
Actually, I don't know what that is, so I'm just gonna do this pathetic nerd voice.
That'll
That's
work.
literally the Stan voice,
No,
but thank you.
Destroy all humans.
You know what? Kazuichi Soda.
I think he has better... That's insulting to Kazuichi Soda.
It is. Okay, fair.
Kazuichi Soda.
Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed Review. Close Encounters of the Turd Kind.
Oh, we're starting off
At some...
utterly amazingly.
At some point during the billion-hour-long campaign for Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, a remake of 2006's Destroy All Humans 2 for the PS2, we began to wonder where it had all gone wrong. There we were, running around as a little alien shooting innocent passersby with a gun that reduces them to skeletons, and all we could muster was a deflated sigh. It wasn't sympathy. We welcome our new alien overlords. It wasn't revulsion either, because we love turning people into skeletons. It should be gold, but we felt nothing. We went to our therapist and told them about this, and they said, pushsquare.com. Pushsquare.com. What is it about reducing people to skeletons? That just isn't doing it for you anymore, and we were stumped. What's better than shooting somebody so hard that their skin is literally gone and all that's left is a skeleton standing in an amusing pose? We had to do some soul searching. It was like that bit in Forrest Gump where he just runs for days thinking about his problems or whatever. Only we're comically out of shape and running is for dorks, so we sat drinking cherry Pepsi and eating Bombay mix for a bit looking sad.
What the fuck? Sounds like a you problem, homie. I'm sorry, but as soon as you told me that, I have no respect.
The conclusion we came to is that Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed just isn't for us, and we don't mean that we just don't like it or it's good but not our jam. We mean it's literally not for us. The target demographic here is incredibly specific. This game makes barely any attempt to ingratiate itself to a modern audience, and instead is being aimed almost squarely, exclusively at the same people who played the original in 2006 and liked it. And that's fine. Nostalgia is a powerful agent, and simply reliving something you experienced from for formative years but given a fresh lick of paint can elevate what would otherwise be a throwaway experience into a meaningful or emotional one. If you played DAH2 and had a rip-roaring time with it, laughing your back off at all the jokes, enjoying every minute of blasting people with silly weapons, what's not to like about this? It's the same thing, but by virtue of the fact that it looks better and has some quality of life improvements, it's better than ever. The problem is that if you didn't play the original game 15 years ago and you have no nostalgia for it, Reprobed is absolute tripe. The game follows the story of the original Destroy All Humans, also remade in 2020. You're an alien on Earth in 1969, forced to do battle with the KGB, who have some nefarious plan or other. There's an improbably proportioned Russian spy lady, and a posh British man, and a Japanese schoolgirl, and a bunch of other stereotypes involved. There's 5 small open worlds to explore, new weapons to unlock and upgrade, side quests, collectibles. You can dress your little alien up as Elvis if you wish, which we appreciated greatly. The gameplay is a drag. Missions involve escorting NPCs to marked locations, killing a certain number of enemies, defending a base from waves of enemies, and other things that would be filler missions in much better games. There's an array of weapons to choose them, but for most encounters, you only need your psychokinesis skill, which allows you to pick people up and throw small objects and people. They're describing fun. What they're describing here is fun. I just want that to be clear. They are describing the fun here. Picking up a human enemy and throwing them directly into the sky means they'll die when they hit the ground, and it's much quicker than trying to use the most fiddly and unsatisfying weaponry in your disposal.
Did this person get, like, abused as a child? Because...
So the review just goes on and on about how much they don't think it's funny, and they don't like the gameplay. And it just sounds like they don't like this type of game from this type of era.
Which,
I'm not gonna read
that's
the rest.
fair, but like...
I mean, that's kind of how I feel about, like, you know, Zero Punctuation's review of Halo Infinite was, his review of Halo Infinite basically went, the grapple hook is fucking amazing, and I really enjoyed my time in the campaign, but it's much more fun than all of the boring guns that you can just go pew-pew with. And I'm like...
What?
Who? Bruh.
What?
What do you mean boring guns? He's like, it's much more, you know, these weapons are just so boring. And I'm like,
dude,
ZP, I know that you're not a huge fan of, like, shooters in general because you think they're all the same, but, like, Halo has one of the most diverse sandboxes of interesting weapon types in the entirety of shooters.
The skewer is a giant iron spike that you launch out of a cannon and kill things with.
It's a giant flechette launcher, yes, I know. You can get an explosive variant of that gun. Tell me that that's not fun. Tell me that a rocket launcher that fires 6 shots and locks onto vehicles isn't fun. Tell me that the Needler isn't fun.
The Needler is one
Like,
of the
what
best
are you
fucking
on?
weapons ever made.
What are you on? So it's just it was just an offhanded comment. I couldn't have disagreed harder with him. But again, I also understand that ZP is one of those people that just doesn't appreciate most shooter games. He likes things that are much more slow, methodical, and atmospheric.
Yeah.
So, you know, oh well,
It's kind
more
of-
fun for us.
It's kind of his curse is that he's long been pushed in this position of having to review everything, whether he likes it or not. But like, I don't know. I've long since understood that like he's a man with his own specific tastes, and most of his reviews are not entirely serious. So, you know,
It's just
spunk gargle wee wee.
Yeah.
Yes, spunk gargle wee wee.
I just can't understand the whole like position of the guns in Halo Infinite being boring, because like I love the guns in Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Like they're fun. The guns in that game are fun. But yeah, no.
Well, and I just wish he would give credit where credit is due. He could have said something like, "Well, the guns in Halo are more interesting than other guns. I still find them boring." It's like, well, at least you give it some credit.
Yeah.
Because that's just a factual statement. They are more interesting than most of the guns in other games. Like, you know, especially other popular shooter game. So, you know what? Just snooty snoo on you, Zero Punctuation. But yeah, aren't game journalists just wonderful, being constantly forced to play everything, even though they're not like, you know, like into this shit at all anymore?
Welcome to the grind.
I told Kevin this, but like between the IGN review and the Push Square review, I think the gaming journalist hive mind has decided to turn its Eye of Sauron onto Destroy All Humans, because I think they don't like culturally that this irreverent, edgy series from the 2000s is allowed to exist and prosper in current time exactly as it was. That offends them on a cultural level.
You think it's social commentary at this point more than it is actual game criticism?
I think so. I think it's a culture war moment. I think it's we don't like that this type of thing is allowed to exist and be successful.
Oh no, but they love South Park Stick of Truth. It's not an argument in their defense; it's an argument for hypocrisy against them, because that game is entirely irreverent.
That's a complicated relationship, I think, between media critics and South Park. That's a complicated topic. I think it I don't know how to put that simply. I have many thoughts, but no way to succinctly articulate.
No, I get it. I obviously dropped a bit of a bombshell there, but like it's just I've seen them appreciate other completely irreverent games.
Yeah.
And then find things like Destroy All Humans, which is just a hilarious, like cynical but sarcastic romp. Like, you know, this game is so problematic. I won't say it's problematic, but I'm gonna basically shit on this game so that you don't play it because I think it's problematic.
Yeah,
it's
just like, fine if you like it. It's just, you know, outdated, and for people who only played the original, you know, clearly, which is ridiculous because I guarantee you most of the copies that the first remake sold were by people who did not play the original.
Yeah,
it's me. I also didn't play the original.
You did
so
not.
There you go.
Though to be fair, you've always had kind of a disposition for that kind of mid 2000s kind of edgy humor.
Yeah. Oh so. Yeah. Like I told you before, that's like in the age. I've watched over the past like 15 years as Ratchet and Clank got more and more sanitized and mainstream, and it just makes me very happy that a game like Destroy All Humans can exist exactly as it was, because there's so many remakes and reimaginings that just exist to tell you that this thing that you used to like was wrong and you were bad for liking it. And like I'm glad that there's remakes around that are like, this is exactly what it was and we're proud of it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, bring on the Rammstein.
Yeah, like I would rather have a remake that's like, you know this old thing? Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Here's that again.
It's back and it's better than ever. It's back and it's better than ever, and there's Rammstein now, so there you go.
It's back and it's the same as it was. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I really like how Rammstein has become the unofficial band of the Destroy Humans remake series. Wasn't for the originals, but they put that one Rammstein song in the first trailer, and now they've been putting Rammstein songs in every trailer.
I'm gonna have to hurt you for continuing to call it like Rammstein. It's Rammstein.
Rammstein.
It's Rammstein.
Rammstein.
I have heard an actual Austrian say this. It is Rammstein.
Okay.
It is Rammstein.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Speaking of Kevin, sidebar, were you there when Kiara sang Du Hast?
No, I wasn't.
I apologize. Unfortunately, I live in America.
That happened.
We all live in America.
That happened.
America.
We didn't. It wasn't a very good cover. She didn't know the lyrics. And the song has like 6
That
lyrics.
seems like a prerequisite for making a cover, honestly.
She didn't make a full cover. She just sang it during karaoke because everybody wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Du hast.
Because it's like the only German. Because it's like the only German song that any fucking Americans know, and she speaks German, so we're like, hey,
I don't even know what that is. So there you go.
Du hast mich?
No, I don't know.
You don't know that song?
No,
It's like their most popular song. It's the one that brought them to America.
I don't know it.
Go.
I know the song that they sing in fucking. What is it? The Great Mouseketeer when they go to America.
You are going to listen to Du hast later. Then it's a really simple song. It's very easy to understand, and yeah.
I know there are no cats in America. Is that close?
No.
From
looks at my
Is that-
neighbor's cat.
what the fuck is that movie called with
An
the mice,
American
Kevin?
Tail?
An American Tail.
Yeah. I
Specifically
know that one.
Specifically, yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. I know there are no cats in America. I assume it's the same general vibe. That's gonna do it for the first segment, honestly.
Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to say.
Yeah.
I think that works.
All right. Stay tuned to the Baka. Yeah. Stay tuned to the Gaijin show. Welcome to the second segment with those 3 fucks you know.
You don't know me.
We neglected to tell you, but it's now a musical.
Unfortunately, I have lost my rhythm. So.
That's impressive. As a white guy, you had very little to start with.
I know, right?
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, you had to sell it to pay rent.
Damn.
It's very sad.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yep. Should get a local community to pitch in, have a quote-unquote heartwarming story you can put on CNN.
Dude, you threw off my groove.
Local community selflessly raises rhythm for poor, struggling local Kevin Faulkner. I couldn't think of a descriptive term for you. You're just kind of there, honestly, in the grand scheme of a local community.
A little bit. Yeah, I just kind of exist in the space.
Yeah. Have you ingratiated yourself to the community?
Not really. No.
No. Well, no Jell-O for you, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, I've only been here 2 months.
Right. Well, Saradin had the great idea that since we're ostensibly an anime podcast, we should probably talk about anime at some point.
Yep. So I, personally, decided to go to r/anime and see what the hot discussion threads were.
Yeah, let's discuss the discussion threads, and then somebody. It's like my idea to have a reaction video where we react to a reaction video, and then someone reacts to our reaction video, and then we react to their reaction video, and someone reacts to that reaction video, and we just have a never-ending chain of reaction videos. It's kind of like that, except not at all, but also kind of vaguely similar.
Okay.
I've seen a video where somebody laughs at a previous video of theirs where they're laughing. And so you just get 2 covers of themselves laughing over each other, and then they said next year on the anniversary of this, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to respond to the video of me. I'm going to laugh at the video of me laughing to myself laughing. So every year, it's
that
just
sounds like the absolute peak of narcissism, actually.
You wouldn't be wrong. If we didn't find it so damn entertaining, it would probably be a problem.
Yeah.
So the topic is, what are examples of anime that tarnish the original material's reputation? I know an anime adaptation being bad doesn't make the original material bad, but what are examples of bad adaptations that make people misjudge the original material?
School Days.
School Days is a good one. School Days is a good one, but there are some
School Days is the one. They did it on purpose, which is interesting.
Yeah. There are some good responses here. X-Arm is a manga adaptation, but because of how bad the anime was, most people just associate the series with being trash.
This one, it was never confirmed, but the manga's sequel did end shortly after the anime aired.
It did, but I think that was planned already, so I think that's unrelated.
Somebody says Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, absolutely.
Tokyo Ghoul, definitely.
Yep, that's what I've heard about Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, so, quote, "It is not an edgy, dark, fuck the world type of story. Kaneki does not become disillusioned with the world and turn evil. It is a nuanced story about finding where you belong and dealing with new relationships and challenges while struggling mentally deep inside. It's a story like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and I'm sure a proper anime adaptation would be extremely well."
I think we mentioned this. I think we mentioned that
a lot of people really like the Tokyo Ghoul anime for what it is, but I don't think a lot of those people know about the original source material.
Okay. I'm gonna have to correct you on that. People like the first season of the Tokyo Ghoul anime for what it is.
First two.
Some people like Route A, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
After that, though, the re-seasons, no. If you don't know the manga, you're not even following what the fuck's happening.
I just shit my pants, says Kaneki Ken.
He didn't say that! He didn't say that! This is slander!
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul, we said this like fucking like 35 episodes ago or some shit, but like Tokyo Ghoul might be the most tragic anime adaptation.
God.
Because it wasn't just bad in a one and done sense. It was bad and then it kept going and it kept getting worse. And in retrospect, you're like, if they had actually planned this shit with the amount of episodes it ended up getting, they could have made something really cool. But because they didn't plan it and they took it one shitty step at a time, it just got worse and worse.
Yeah.
And now it's just an absolute butcherment of its source material.
Yeah, I feel like Shueisha is desperately trying to not do that again with their current line of anime adaptations.
I hope so. I hope Tokyo Ghoul... I hope lessons were learned from it.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. The Promised Neverland's reputation was already not great after its last arc and ending, but the second season made the strange decision to skip over the last bit of good stuff in the series, Goldie Pond, and make an anime original story, and I think worse ending. It's like they were trying to kill any goodwill people had left for the series.
Okay, Promised Neverland Season 2 is fascinating because you can call it an anime original ending and direction, but it's kind of not. It's kind of the manga, but we took out all the good parts.
Yeah.
It's like, we're gonna speed run through the rest of the manga and also take out all the parts that were actually good.
There's literally a point in Season 2 of Promised Neverland that, like, there is an exact scene where it makes a hard left turn away from what the manga does, and it's the scene where they open the door to where this one big main character is supposed to be, and he's not there.
Yeah, it's like, this world line's fucked.
Yeah. If people I remember when that aired. People were fucking pissed.
I didn't even bother watching it, the Promised Neverland Season 2, because I heard it was so bad.
You made the right decision. Honest to God, you made the right decision.
Somebody said Shaman King remake. No.
That's just someone who's upset that it's not like the 2001 anime.
Certain Magical Index, yes. Yeah, after Season 3, yeah.
Oh, Index 3, no. Oh no!
I don't know if that ruined the reputation of the source material. I think it's just bad.
It's still very popular. It's just bad. Yeah.
One
I will say though is what was that isekai anime that came out? It was a super edgy isekai anime that came out a while ago. A lot of people were comparing it to Shield Hero. It's not. I'm not talking about Redo of Healer.
Okay.
I'm talking about the other one. I forget what its name is.
Goblin Slayer?
No, that's not an isekai.
Okay.
That's what we call a fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
Fucking moron. Anyway,
God,
dipshit.
do you
Fuck
even know anime? Jesus Christ.
Hey, don't compare me to Do You Know Anime.
It was
That's
like
offensive.
From Nothing to World's Strongest was its subtitle.
Right, yeah.
That was its.
Oh right. Oh, Artifueta.
Yes, that
yeah,
one.
Arifureta, yeah.
Yeah, Arifureta. So that series apparently was such a bad adaptation that apparently was such a bad adaptation of the original source material that a lot of people who were actively following the manga and the series literally dropped it. Their sales went down because of the release of the anime, is what I had heard.
That's bad.
So their sales of the light novels and stuff went down because the anime left such a bad impression. It did not accelerate the growth of their
Brand.
books. It actually did the opposite. It actually hurt theirs. And apparently that has everything to do.
And then they made a second season anyway.
Yeah, well, because a lot of people really like the edgy, the super fucking edgy characters and stuff, but a lot of people who are more critical of the series really thought it was, and who had read the original, thought it was a terrible adaptation of the manga and of the light novel series, is what I had heard.
Yeah.
A lot of people were very displeased.
Somebody said Tower of God.
No.
Look, Tower of God purists are really hard on the anime for reasons I don't quite understand. Because pretty much everyone who hasn't read the manhwa loves the anime. So like it's one of those, like, I don't think it diminished the reputation of it at all. At this point I think the thread is devolving into adaptations they think are bad.
Yeah.
And not like actually answering the question.
So, speaking of, there is one anime adaptation, and this is from like the 1980s, mind you, where so Fist of the North Star.
Sure.
So when Fist of the North Star was being adapted into anime, the anime adaptation was greenlit, I believe, either a year or less than a year after the manga started. So there wasn't actually a whole lot of material for the anime to cover yet. So
Always a smart decision.
So basically what they were doing was they were adding new filler material, they were adding new content to the anime to try and, pad out time. Basically resulting in the first 10 chapters of the manga being stretched out into the first 23 episodes of the anime. Yeah, it's not good. And the thing is, it wouldn't be bad if it was just like, something akin to, say, Black Clover, where it's just padding and, a lot of flashbacks and,
Sure.
a lot of anime original stuff that doesn't really, factor into the plot at all. But the way that they went about it in the Fist of the North Star anime, in Fist of the North Star, there are two main schools of martial arts. Hokuto Shinken, which is what the main character uses, and Nanto Seiken, which is what a lot of the villains in the series use. There are also villains that use Hokuto Shinken, but, it's whatever. But Nanto Seiken is another school of martial arts, and there are some 100+ variations of it.
Yeah.
The anime decided to run with that and just kind of make up variations of Nanto Seiken. But the variations of Nanto Seiken were fucking stupid and had nothing to do with martial arts. To the point where there was one Nanto Seiken technique called the Nanto Human Cannonball, which literally has people climbing into cannons, shooting themselves out of them, and then falling down on top of people.
They would be better off using the Thundercross split attack. It cannot be blocked.
It also included things such as Kenshiro, whose entire... Mind you, Kenshiro is a very strong character, but his entire martial art involves hitting pressure points to cause internal rupturing. They put Ken up against a tank in the anime. He just kicked it until it exploded. And the writers of the manga, at this point, like a good 18, like I think it was like 16, 17 episodes in, looked at this shit and were like, oh my god, you're turning our manga into a goddamn farce. We're trying to create this, like, serious pulp drama, and you're turning it into a goddamn comedy. Like, a parody of itself. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
so, they had their editor actually contact Toei and tell them to knock that shit off. And about 3 episodes later, all of the anime original characters are unceremoniously killed off in a single episode, and then it just hard locks onto the manga story from that point forward. The funny thing is, there's actually a scene later on in the manga that was adapted into the anime, where this one dude is just like, you can't defeat me, and he just like, you can't defeat my martial art, and he just lights a stick of dynamite, and Ken is like, you call just throwing dynamite a martial art? And he's like, hey, as long as it works. And I think that one moment is just like a jab at Toei for all the stupid shit they were doing.
Yeah.
Like,
Back to the
that is an adaptation that almost ruined the reputation of Fist of the North Star, because it just started out incredibly fucking stupid. And it wasn't until, like, the manga creators got involved that they were like, okay, fine. We won't do that again.
Yeah. Back to the thread, somebody brings up a very interesting example. I've seen a lot of people that were put off the entire Science Adventure franchise because their introduction to it was the Chaos Head anime.
Oh.
Steins Gate being such a great adaptation might have saved the series. That's always been fascinating to me, that the Science Adventure series has both one of the worst visual novel adaptations ever and also one of the best.
Yeah,
right next to each other.
I've heard nothing good about the Chaos Head anime.
No, it's in the running for one of the worst VN to anime adaptations, and then Steins Gate's in the running for one of the best, so it's interesting
Yeah.
how that worked out.
I hear a lot of people bitching about the Grisaya adaptation.
Yeah.
And
Well,
honestly,
okay. I'm gonna say something controversial here.
Hot take coming in.
Grisaya always sucked, so the anime making it. I think the anime is an improvement because there's less of it.
Jesus Christ, really? No. Grisaya is one of my favorite animes of all time. I need to know why I should hate it. Please.
Okay, I want to be 100% clear about something. I've also not seen the anime. I've only played the VN.
Oh, you should probably watch the anime then. Because I dropped the VN after a while because I didn't like the direction it went. Also, because in the I don't know if this is true in. I don't know how much of this is true for the VN, but in the anime series, spoiler alert for anybody who's listening for Grisaya, one of my top 5s. If you don't want to hear spoilers, get out of here and go watch it.
Yeah.
There's kind of this so from what I've heard, you can't coup all 5 girls at the same time. You basically choose one route and follow it through to completion.
Yes.
And in the anime, he actually goes through an arc with each girl. Now, he never ends up boning any of them in the series, or at least it's not explicitly implied that he bones any of them.
Yeah.
But what he does do is build a strong relationship with each one of them, which the girls see as romantic and he kind of sees as something completely different. And they create this whole subplot with his former master where basically he just wants to die. He's lived a miserable fucking life and he just wants to die. Yeah. But his master, who he respects and looks up to very much, who passed away, told him that he's not allowed to die until he has spent some time helping some people. He cannot let his last actions be the murder and the violence that used to consume his life. He has to turn his life around. Yeah. So she made this arbitrary rule. It's like, tell you what, if you're able to help 5 people and save their lives, then I give you permission to die. Yeah. And so in the series, so that would never, I don't think that's part of the original light novel, or I'm sorry, not the original end, because there's no way he can help all 5 at the same time.
Okay, so it's weird because in Grisaya no Kajutsu, you have to choose a route, but the sequels go off this idea where, like, all of them kind of happened, but, like, not the way they happened in Kajutsu, because a lot of that shit was mutually exclusive events. So, you're supposed to just kind of headcanon, I guess, that a version of events happened where all of them happened, but not the way
Well,
you thought they happened.
we'll see. So maybe that's a benefit for the anime because they all do happen in the anime.
Yeah.
Each one has a little mini arc, and you get to go through them of varying lengths. One of the girls only gets 1 episode. One of the girls gets like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And so he does end up helping all 5 of them. And then in the second season, not the second season, like the last arc, you know, he saves all their lives, but then he goes off to confront his past and to go die, to erase all of it, and they end up coming together to save him. And I think it's absolutely just poetic. It's actually a very poetic
Yeah, sure.
solution to the story. It's one of the reasons I love that series so much, is because is because of that. The strength that he ended up giving them to save him in the end. And
no, I think it's conceptually good. I just don't like the execution of it.
Oh, I think the anime is probably executed better than the VNs.
Probably.
I would give the anime a try.
Probably. Okay, so like I was half joking when I said it's better because there's less of it. But I also mean that seriously because the VN is so fucking padded.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It has one of the longest and probably most uneventful common routes I think I've ever seen in anything.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that because that's the route I took. I took the fucking common route for that game, and it was boring as sin, and I quit it. I would highly recommend you check out the end at some point.
Yeah,
please do.
And like,
it's fantastic. One of my top 5s of all time.
Yeah. Well,
The art is fantastic. Well, the other thing is the art is utterly gorgeous in it, and the music is all done. So it's a solid show. But I've heard a lot of people who liked the VNs saying that like, this is so bad it's not going to get anyone interested in the VNs, and I'm like, I mean, I tried the VNs after watching the anime. I didn't like them, but I went through them.
Yeah,
I went through some of them.
Yeah.
So that's just something I've heard.
Okay, someone says it doesn't technically count since it's a stealth sequel, although the fact that it was advertised as a remake might qualify it anyway. Even now, there's too many people unfamiliar with the franchise that don't realize it's not actually a remake and watch it first. I'd like to nominate Higurashi Go and Sotsu, mostly Sotsu. Ryokisho 7 no longer gets what it made his original work good. Even if he did, the man needs a friend or editor. Needed his friend editor in the worst way. Also, his trolling of his own fan base has since turned malignant, Andrew Hussey style. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming that's bad. Yeah, Go and Sotsu were not good. I mean, Go was fine for a while, but Go has good parts to it, but once you know where it leads, it's not great. I still can't get over the stealth sequel thing because I think it's. Man, that was just a bad decision.
I agree. Because like the problem is,
I mean, it would have been a good decision if it led to something good, but the fact that it doesn't, now it's just fucking with the original.
Yeah.
I agree. Ryukishio 7 doesn't know what made his original work good. I actually think Ryukishio 7 might be one of the most overrated VN authors.
It's like he saw all the people complaining about Umineko and was like, "Oh, fuck you then."
Yeah. I argue with people about this all the time. I think his route and rewrite is probably the worst one. It's not bad. I just don't. I think it's probably the weakest for a number of reasons.
I didn't even know he did a route and rewrite.
Yes, he did. It's not bad, but it's also, I think, the weakest.
Yeah.
Some people will disagree with me on that. Whatever. But in my mind, that's kind of a microcosm. That route has a lot of a microcosm of my issues with Ryukishio 7. And I don't hate his work back when he was good, but like now he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And I think a lot, in my mind, I'm going, well, the things that bothered me before are now worse. And I think some people are coming around to the fact that, oh, he's always had these issues. Yeah, also his trolling of his fans is not fun. You know, he doesn't like, there's a way to troll a fan base. I think Kadaka is a master of this.
Oh, Kadaka makes it fun.
Yeah. I think Kazutaka Kadaka is a master of this. Ryukishio 7 doesn't quite get it. It's too aggressive it's too. I'm sorry, you're upset.
Yeah, it's too
You
it's
know?
too spiteful.
Yeah. I keep going down this thread here.
I mean, I feel like that's good actually, because
Yeah.
yeah,
I reached the bottom of it anyway.
yeah.
Anyway, that's that thread. Now going on to your regularly scheduled Reddit dive. Man, it was so weird to felt so weird to talk about anime on our anime podcast.
I know, right? We should do it more often.
Yeah. Weird but good. Like, I don't know, taking a... I don't know. It feels weird but good, like after you take a really hard shit, and you're like, well, that's out of me, and I feel better now, you know?
Thanks, James Rolfe.
Yeah, I love anime. Sorry, I'm just loading up my saved Reddit post. Unfortunately, I have a lot of mod shit here too, so I have to weave through it to find the fucking stuff that was actually for the podcast.
Good shit.
Wish I could categorize my saved Reddit posts, but you cannot. It's just all in one giant list. So I'm gonna scroll down. Where the fuck did we leave off in my long list of fucking shit? I guess I'll just start here. This thread was locked, so you know it's probably juicy. Am I the asshole for having a craving of something that makes my partner sick?
What?
Did I cut out? Did I cut out?
No, I heard you.
Okay. Well, could you gasp in horror when I read that again?
Okay.
Am I the asshole for having a craving that makes my partner sick? I, 25F, recently found out I was pregnant with my partner Lyle's 26M baby. We've been together for 3 years, and we live together. Lyle has ADHD, which he refuses to get treatment or medication for. Hey, same. He's pretty normal about 85% of the time, so I haven't really pushed it. One thing that really affects him is his sensory problems. He has a few, but the biggest one is bananas. He cannot stand the smell of a banana or the taste of a banana. He has accidentally eaten something with banana before and ran to the bathroom like a child to throw it up.
Like a child? To have a reaction to something you're... okay.
If we are somewhere and someone is eating a banana, he will claim that he can smell it in the room and make us move with the threat that he will get sick. If we don't move, he will start gagging, make himself throw up. And I've seen him start shaking too. This has happened in public before. It's extremely embarrassing. Anyway, let me tell you what happened. I was really tired, pregnant, and hormonal yesterday, and while I was watching my show, I had a craving for a banana.
Sounds like a fucking you problem. Sorry to be prudish.
Which I normally avoid while around Lyle, but pregnancy cravings are just too strong to resist.
They can.
He was going to get. He was. How would you know that?
I've literally. I know people who have been pregnant.
Yeah, but you said that like it was from personal experience.
He knows, but he doesn't truly know.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't understand.
I think you're appropriating woman culture here. Kevin, appropriator of pregnancy culture.
That's a potential title.
Yeah, write that down. He was going to get groceries from work, so I called and asked him to get me some bananas because I was having a craving. He started begging me before he even got them not to eat them in the house, and I just got fed up and told him, no, she bolded that part. I was carrying around his child, also boldened. And the least he could do about it, since he's not the one having to nurture the damn thing in his stomach, is get me a banana. I read online that this is probably the baby's way of telling me it's deficient in potassium, and that all I could really stand to eat at this point was the damn banana, and I don't want to deprive it of its needs. He argued back and forth asking me to go eat it outside at least, and out of frustration I just started crying, which made me feel embarrassed. He finally gave in and to calm me down and brought it home. I'll admit I was still really mad and upset from our argument on the phone when he came home, and I in that moment couldn't face getting up and going to the kitchen. When he came into the living room and sat on the couch, I asked him to peel it, cut it, and bring it to me. I really didn't think it was that big a deal, but he blew up at me and told me that I knew it made him sick to even smell or touch. I told him plenty of people have foods they don't like, and he either needs to grow up or seek help for his illness because he's acting like a child, and his problem with bananas is completely abnormal. We argued a bit more, and he finally got up, yelled that he was tired of my bullshit, and left the house. He hasn't been back yet. I get his issues are a sensitive topic for him, and when I was talking to my friend about it, she said that she had an autistic sister, and what I did was a bit messed up. So Reddit! Ita? Question mark.
He's making his issue everyone else's problem. That's my big problem here.
Top comment. I was with you until you made him peel and cut it, knowing how he reacts to it.
Yeah,
You're an asshole for that. Just peel and eat the damn thing. I'm guessing you're not far enough along that you can't grab a banana and toss it after yourself.
That was just a dick move on their part.
YTA, you keep saying he's acting like a child, but you're the one who acted out of petty vengeance.
Yeah. But
I mean,
who's the
like,
bigger asshole?
I don't think he's an asshole. I think he has a psychosomatic condition.
Definitely. I think he has a psychosomatic condition, but he doesn't know how to deal with it. He doesn't understand how to fix it, and he is probably just I don't think he needs to fix it. I think she needs to eat the damn banana outside. That too. Yeah.
There's the lack of empathy and the complete lack of accommodation for your partner is ridiculous here.
Girl, you let these people let their entire relationship fall apart over a banana, I want to point out.
Yeah.
Verdict, y'all are stupid.
Someone said, I'm pregnant, and I had your back until you wanted him to peel, cut, and serve it to you like a fucking princess, which when you've mentioned multiple times, you know the smell makes him sick. Eating a banana because it's a craving, even when you know it makes him sick, is one thing. I'd have thanked him for getting them, stepped outside, eaten my damn banana, and then returned to rinse my mouth. Yeah. You're the asshole for minimizing something that's obviously an issue for him, just so you wouldn't have to walk to the kitchen. Someone said she did this to punish him because she doesn't believe sensory aversion is a thing. So if she forced him to do this by weaponizing her pregnancy, she wins against what she thinks are his fake sensory issues. Total asshole territory there.
Yeah, that's true.
This entire section about his sensory issues is riddled with a language about how he's faking it. A conscious choice by him, makes himself throw up, etc. What a disgusting attitude. She doesn't believe for a second his issues are real and is punishing him accordingly.
I did notice there were a couple of points where it's like he makes himself throw up, and I'm like, you sure about that? I don't think he's making himself do anything. I think this is just an issue he has, and it might be like an indicator of like childhood trauma or something.
You're the asshole, will be.
Yeah, this is really bad. Like, the whole thing is like, he. It's a problem he has a hard time dealing with, and it's a weird problem, admittedly, but.
Sure.
Doing this, being this petty and this ridiculous about it, and like forcing him to cut and like prepare the banana for you is just, come on, OP. Don't.
Now what? I'm with. Can I talk real quick? So
sure,
I want the talking pillow. Thank you. I just got to that scene in Breaking Bad again. But I have the pillow. I have the pillow now. It's my turn. So I kind of agree with that first comment. I was with you until you decided to treat him like a slave boy and do something to intentionally make him uncomfortable because you dislike his condition. I'm shocked that she hasn't tried, like, maybe she has tried to like talk to him about his condition before or whatever. Or what about bananas like drives him so fucking insane? You know, so like maybe she has or maybe she hasn't. I don't know if that was made clear.
Sure.
But you know, relationships are still a give and take, and I don't care what kind of position they've put you in. Like, intentionally trying to make them suffer for your own benefit is just the most fucked up shit you can possibly do in a relationship, or just in general.
Yeah, that's really what I was getting to, like, when I was talking earlier, because it's like, on one hand, there are some things that this guy could have been doing better, but you are worse for these reasons.
I also just think, like, this is a workaroundable. Like, how often do you encounter a banana? I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's that hard to avoid bananas. I don't think this is even a problem that needs
There's also
fixing. It's just like a whatever thing.
Yeah, there are also other ways to get potassium than just eating bananas.
Yeah. I don't... You're the asshole.
Yeah. Fuck you, Opie.
Mhm. I hope you choke on a banana. I sent you one, Kevin.
Excelente. All right.
I was hoping for a seamless transition, but no, I had to tell you, it's fine.
No, I literally just saw it. I was actually about to read it before you said something.
This transition is full of seams. It's a seamed transition.
You've made the seams! My brother in Christ!
I set it up so it would be seamless, and you've made it seamed! It's like that one fucking, like... Remember when Linus opened, like, the world's first ultra-wide and had, like, those, like, very obvious seams because it was, like, 4 projector things? Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. That's what you've done to me!
You did this yourself!
No, I didn't! I set it up so it'd be seamless!
I
You're the one who didn't notice
was literally about to read it!
Your timing was terrible.
Like, I was
You were
literally
out of, you were
about
out
to
of
say
theater
something!
Club. You were out of theater club!
Can I read now?
Yeah.
Can I
go
read
on.
now? Can I read this now?
Yeah.
Okay. Today I fucked up reading a manuscript my ex-girlfriend wrote. Ooh boy. This is classified as a medium, Tifu. A few days ago, I, 28M, got an email from my ex-girlfriend, 25, with the subject line, "I did it thanks to you!" The email had an attachment. The attachment was a manuscript. The manuscript was an autobiography written by my ex-girlfriend. The title of the... What the fuck are you doing, Max? Oh, his ass itches. Okay. Anyway, the title of the autobiography... The title of the autobiography instantly took me back to the time when my ex-girlfriend and I were still dating. I was sexually inexperienced back in those days, whereas my ex-girlfriend had more than enough sexual experience. We enjoyed talking about past relationships and what the sex was like. It was never a thing in our relationship, just casual conversation. My ex-girlfriend had more stories to tell, and all of them were entertaining. I remember joking about how she should someday write a book. We laughed, made love, and a few months later, our relationship came to an end. It was sad, but alas, life continued. We're now back in the present. I finished reading the manuscript an hour ago. There were 72 chapters. Each chapter was about an individual person my ex-girlfriend had known sexually. No real names were mentioned, only character labels like the surfer, the biker, the jock, the older man, etc. Some of the stories and characters I actually remembered based on the details my ex-girlfriend shared with me during our relationship. Others were totally new. But new or not, it was fun to read. Until I made it to chapter 39. My chapter. The Turtle. Keep in mind, all the sexual partners my ex-girlfriend mentioned in her manuscript had something specific about them that made the sex memorable for her. For example, the surfer always smelled like the ocean, which never failed to turn her on. The biker had gang tattoos from the neck down, but the one tattoo that always made her rip her clothes off was his pet hamster tattoo. Then there was me, a guy who couldn't swim, let alone surf, no tattoos, and with practically zero sexual experience.
We found the one and only connoisseur of Hamtaro porn.
Oh, yes. It's Hamtaro time. Okay. A guy who couldn't swim, let alone surf, no tattoos, and with practically zero sexual experience at the time. What was so memorable about me? Well, according to my chapter, the answer was, quote, my adorably small penis. My ex-girlfriend described how she had almost forgotten what it felt like to not choke during oral before she met me. She compared my penis to the head of a baby turtle, thus my chapter and character name. Based on what I was reading, not only did I have the smallest penis compared to all the other people she'd dated, but I also had the only penis that somehow managed to look too innocent for sex. It didn't come across as if my ex-girlfriend was purposefully trying to insult me, but come on, I think most people can understand what a sensitive topic penis size can be to any guy who's not hung like a horse. I still need to contact my ex-girlfriend to provide my feedback, but I'm gonna need some time to process what I read. It's not every day someone writes a book about your small dick. Welcome back, insecurities I didn't think I would have at this day and age. TLDR jokingly encouraged my ex-girlfriend to write a book about her adventurous sex life when we were still together. She wrote a manuscript years later and recently sent it to me. To my surprise and horror, I was in said manuscript, and so was my, quote, adorably small penis.
I think there's something we need to acknowledge here, and it's that by age 25, this girl has had enough sexual partners that she can write a book with 72 chapters, including only the memorable ones.
That's a hell of a body count.
That is insane.
Yep.
Wish that was me. What? I've had 3 sexual partners in my life, and it was only the third one that was actually, no offense to Danny and to Katie, but it was only the third that had any real experience, and she was by far the best, but she didn't start that way.
One of the comments just says, don't feel bad, small or not, she still sucked it.
Yeah, at least you made it into the book. You were one of the memorable ones.
Besides, the old adage is always true. It's not the size, it's how you use it.
Exactly. Oh my god, it's so. Oh my god, that's so bad. Oh my god.
Medium. It was a medium Tifu, by the way. I just want to.
Yeah, it was. I mentioned that.
Okay.
Read the manuscript, and it's like, oh no. My adorably small penis. A penis that is too innocent for sex. Oh man, I fucking love shit like this. I mean, if it were me in the situation, I'd have been like, ah. But like
that's the exact sound you would make. It's true.
So Saradin, you want to read one today?
Yep. I'm opening it up. This is an am I the asshole?
Okay.
Am I the asshole for refusing to stop saying my mother kidnapped my son?
Oh boy, here we go.
Firstly, sorry this is on mobile and a throwaway. I, female 32, emigrated to my husband's 39 home country 5 years ago, and we had a beautiful son who is 3. My mother, 52, has always been controlling and frankly is a typical narcissist. She was dead against my moving, and was even more upset when I had my son, as a combination of her husband being terminally ill and the pandemic. She wasn't able to meet my son until this week, and she had complained bitterly how we cheated her out of her special time with her first grandson. Okay, that's fair.
How dare you unleash a global pandemic to keep me
right, exactly. I was just like, that's not very fair. I wasn't exactly excited about her coming to visit us, but my husband convinced me that we should try to let her our son have a relationship with her. Well, from the moment she arrived, she complained. Our house is too small, the garden is overlooked, etc. She complained my son doesn't speak much English, and so she can't communicate with him. She complained that my son didn't want to hug her, that he wanted to stay with his paternal grandmother. Yeah. My son spit a drink, and she shouted at him. We are taking the gentle approach, so I told her not to do that, and why she lost it.
Spilt, not spit.
Sorry, spilt a drink. My son spilt a drink, and she shouted at him. We are taking the gentle approach, so I told her not to do that, and why. And she lost it, telling me I have no idea how to raise a kid. I told her she needs to respect my methods, or she can leave. She stopped, but the whole rest of the day you could tell she was furious. That night, my son was having one of those nights where he just isn't going to go sleep. My poor husband also had an IBS flare-up in the early hours, and we realized medication. When my son settled around 7:30, I decided to do a quick run to the 24-hour pharmacy to get some medication, leaving son and husband both asleep on the sofa. I was gone for 20 minutes, but when I came back, my mother's rental car was gone, and so was my son while my husband was still asleep. He was as shocked as I when they had gone. Tried my mother's mobile, but no answer. After 45 minutes of me becoming increasingly hysterical, I called the police, who came out very fast, and when I explained as above, took things seriously. 6 hours later, my mother pulled back up and started telling the police, most adults know English here, that I had told her she could take my son out for the day. I am currently 6 months pregnant, and she had said, for the day, I am currently 6 months pregnant, and she said it must be pregnancy brain, which the police seemed to accept, Jesus, and acted like the matter was closed since my son was home safely, and showing everyone the toys he had been bought. I told my mother to leave and that I never wanted to see her again. She started telling the family I kicked her out for no reason and she can't find a hotel. And they blew up my phone. To which I told them she had kidnapped my son and I am going to pursue this with the police. Now I am being called an asshole for saying my son was kidnapped when he was just taken on a day trip by his loving grandmother, and that an accusation like this could affect my mother's job as a nurse. Edit. Lots of people saying my husband shouldn't have pushed for this meeting. You are right, but I don't think he was wrong. He didn't force me to agree to it. I ultimately had the final say. And I get that we are lucky parents and are excuse me, I can't read today. And I get that we are lucky. His parents are amazing. So despite knowing my mother isn't great, he didn't want our son to miss out. We expected some snide comments and awkwardness, but we're ready to ignore that for our son. Since my mother's normal weapon of choice is nasty comments, he wouldn't understand, so if we kept smiling, he wouldn't know. I feel grief that my son is going to miss out on having another grandmother. She made her bed. Edit 2. Holy shit, is this real life? So she is now trying to change the narrative
No.
I did not kidnap your son, but also if you think your husband could sleep through an abduction, then your marriage is a sham. How could you be so reckless to leave your child with him?
What aboutism?
Oh my god.
I cannot even with this. Update, sort of. Update of
It
sorts.
keeps
Thank
going.
you everyone for the I know it keeps going. Update of sorts. Thank you for everyone for the support. It seems maybe I got a bit lost in my translation, emotional, and the police spoke native language in very fast and strong accents. The case isn't exactly dropped. They have spoken to my mother and basically told her not to approach the house or they will consider it a threat harassment and will act while they continue investigating, but they feel her leaving the country tomorrow is enough of a resolution. Apparently she has shown a ticket. And I am still getting a lot of grief from family saying I should understand that my mother is struggling after her husband died and so on. This again is making me question my reaction, but I can't forgive this. I will reach out relative embassies, but I feel like nothing will happen. My partner's family are being amazing and looking at us all. So what you're telling me is that your mother took off with your kid without saying that it was okay, without you, the mother, saying it was okay, no discussion prior, and did it during a time where you couldn't say no. I don't think you're the asshole.
Yeah, that is literally kidnapping. So, you're not the asshole.
Top comment. Kidnapping is taking a child out of the custody of their legal guardian without permission or justification. That's literally the definition of what your mother did.
Yep.
By definition, she kidnapped your child. There's like a lot of laws against that, and it should affect her work as a nurse. There are rules about nurses not being kidnappers for a reason.
Yeah.
They have to be trusted with people who are vulnerable, and kidnappers are by definition untrustworthy. No, not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole at all. That was terrible what your mother did. Holy fuck. She literally kidnapped.
That was kidnapping, and the only reason anyone would argue otherwise is because she was bad at it.
Yup. Oh, but look at all the toys that I got for him.
What do you think kidnappers do?
Exactly. That's a textbook kidnapper behavior.
I seen it in the movies. I saw it on the TV. That's a trope.
Oh, god damn it. How dare you? How dare you accuse me of the thing that I did? Fucking.
I think your marriage is a shame. Just personally.
Well, if your husband didn't wake up during an abduction.
Yeah, I mean, what does that say about your marriage, honestly?
Fucking.
Just absolute whataboutism.
The audacity of this bitch.
Yep.
The absolute fucking audacity. And I love how she's just how the family is just like, oh, she's trying to cope with the loss of her husband, so she kidnaps her grandchild. Huh?
What was your end game?
Yeah, man, lots of people, lots and lots of people deal with grief in different ways, but that is one of the ways that's unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. There's no reasonable justification for this. This was just completely unacceptable. You're not the asshole, OP.
Yeah. Not the asshole. And maybe not this one. Sorry, I save a lot of things on first glance, and sometimes when I look at them, I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do this one. Am I the asshole for blasting my sister's insults about my kids' names on social media?
Ooh.
My sister and I have always been opposites in a lot of ways. She was closer to our dad while I was closer to our mom, and we are more like the parent we are closer to. Sometimes it's led to some friction. She used to say my mom and I had a weird obsession with being different, which for her came because mom gave me an unusual name which I loved, and because she and I were hugely into horrors and video games, which to her was teenage guy stuff. My sister, this is sounding incredibly based.
Incredibly.
My sister has one child so far, and I have two. She and I hadn't seen or spoken to each other in 3 years, but recently saw each other again at our parents' house for Dad's birthday. There, she heard my kids' names for the first time and said they were weird, and why did I have to do that to my kids? I told her she had some nerve to insult my kids' names. She told me she was trying to save them. After the party, she sent me a list of normal names that she wanted me to choose instead and have the kids' names changed legally. I told her I was not interested and to drop the subject. She proceeded to send said message after message with insults saying my kids were doomed. That's really funny. Saying they would hate me and that they sounded like dumb hippies who would be bullied, rightly so, and that nature names are a dumb thing, that Rose and Lily are the kinds of nature names people should consider, not my kids' names. My daughter has a bird name, my son has a water name for context. I went to go block her and then saw her claim that I wanted my kids to suffer and she would laugh when they were tormented and turned out to hate me. So I took screenshots of all of it and blasted it on social media because I felt she crossed a line and that she had some sick mindset if having a different naming style than her would make her enjoy seeing my kids hate me because they're bullied. The post never went viral or anything, but those of us who did see it did call my sister out for it. My sister flipped out on me and said I was a huge asshole. Why would I publicly shame her like that? I told her she deserved it. She crossed a line. So she said I crossed a line. I'm assuming she also said that. I don't normally do this, like at all, but I have to ask. Am I the asshole?
You reap what you sow. You're not the asshole, OP.
Yep.
At the same token, have you ever met a likable girl?
What?
Serious question. Have you ever met a likable woman named Amy?
He keeps cutting out.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever? Have you ever met a likable woman named Angel?
Oh, that's a good point.
That's a very good question.
Or Diamond? Or Precious?
Precious.
So Reddit's verdict here is basically info, because we don't know what the names are.
Because names automatically give off certain things about us.
Yeah.
Quote unquote normal names are fine, but normal names are fine because generally their context is lost to time. It's simply what we call you. But nobody thinks I'm an angel because I'm named after my name being Michael. I'm named after an archangel. But nobody thinks that because the naming convention has been lost to time, and so it's just what's considered a normal name.
Yeah.
That being said, if you use names like I forget who did this research study, but people have basically done research. People with names like Diamond, Precious, Angel, and I hate to only use female names, but this is where most of this kind of convention occurs, is in female names, or Princess.
Yeah.
They tend to have much more narcissistic views of themselves, and it's because you are literally naming them something that is holier than thou.
Sure.
You are giving them some kind of name that places them on a pedestal, and it's hard, once they understand the meaning of that name, not treat themselves with that kind of ability. And that's not to say that every person with these names falls into this behavior, but the study I saw showed that it does affect how they see themselves, and it's probably part of the reason that I have never met a woman named Angel that wasn't a bitch.
So somebody
I'm just saying. So if you're gonna name your kids something, be aware that name carries weight, and some names carry more weight than others, and the more outlandish your name, the more people are going to judge you, or the more it's going to affect your own personal psyche going through life.
So someone basically said, info, what are their names? Because Raven and River hits different than Flamingo and Estuary.
Okay, that is true. That is true, admittedly. But, like, the position I'm at is, like... You can raise concerns about, like, you know, the naming of the kids and that kind of thing, but, like... I feel like sister, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like the sister was just, like, overreaching and kind of going about it in an incredibly intrusive way. Trying to, like, actively change the names of the kids. Like, here's a list of regular, normal names. And, like, it's passive-aggressive, it's intrusive, it's none of your damn business. You can raise concerns, but, like, if that's the name that the parent wants to give their kid, it's kind of their prerogative. Whether or not it's a good or a bad thing is, you know, up to
honestly, my favorite thing about this thread is all the names people are coming up with. Emu and Geyser, Ostrich and Whirlpool.
Dude, if I was born with the name Geyser, that'd be fucking awesome.
Sparrow and Aqua. Most people seem to have decided their names
That was
are
my
probably...
Star nickname, that was Geyser.
Most people have seemingly decided that their names are
Phoenix
probably
Chipley
Phoenix and
Thornhill.
River. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But
Phoenix is actually a kind of a cool name, and
Yeah.
it doesn't carry that much of a connotation.
I'm gonna look through her post history and see.
River is also a fairly I've heard that name before used for females, so that's not that crazy. Those don't seem terribly ridiculous.
No,
names.
she doesn't seem to have posted with their
No,
names
if they
either.
were like Hummingbird and like water, if they were like Hummingbird and Water Drop, like maybe we're getting too much into hippie territory at that.
Yeah.
But I don't think those names are so outlandish that they can't be easily understood and integrated by normal people.
Yeah.
Probably not the asshole, but without actually knowing the names, it's hard to say. But your sister was definitely an asshole.
Oh,
Your sister's
yeah,
definitely an asshole.
Yeah.
But you know, at the same time, just kids when you grow up, make sure you understand what their names mean before giving them.
Yeah.
Because they can not only make them a different person, but they can also
Yeah.
change how people see them.
Like, my whole thing here is that Red says info, but, like, does knowing the names change how much of a dick the sister's being? Like, I don't think it does.
But the question is OP the asshole, not is the other person in the story the asshole. So that's the only thing that affects the judgment.
Yeah, but, like, even then, like, fucking... I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt here and say that OP's not the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Look at us, believing in people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, ooh, this one's from our late stage capitalism. Woo!
Let's fucking go!
Listed under boring dystopia, a McDonald's drive-thru employee wouldn't allow me to order food for a homeless man. The other night, I stopped at a fairly busy McDonald's drive-thru. While I was waiting with my window down, a homeless man approached. I'm not the type of person to give out cash to the homeless, but this guy was walking around with a 20 in his hand. His predicament was that he wanted food and he had money, but they wouldn't let him make an order. Because it was late at night, the store part of the restaurant was closed. However, you can't...
No, the in-store part.
Yeah. The in-store part of the restaurant was closed. However, you can't walk through the drive-thru to place an order because they don't allow you to. So he was offering to pay somebody to order food for him. I thought this sounded extremely reasonable. Even if he doesn't give me the money, I'm getting him food and I can afford to do that. So I drove up to the speaker and placed his order along with mine. When I placed the second portion of my order, the employee asked me, "Who's this for?" I told him it's for me. He said, "I can see him on the camera, man. There's nobody else in your car." I insisted to him that I wanted to order this food for me, and he said, "Dude, for real, I can see him standing there," and proceeded to take all the second part of my order off the screen. He then asked me who the rest of the food was for. Feeling defeated, I said it was for me. The homeless guy walked off shouting, "Of course it's for you. Everything's for you." This was fucking horrible. Why do they do that? Is this a company policy, or is this particular employee an asshole? I don't understand it at all. This is near the highway too. I doubt there was anywhere else to get food in walking distance. Fuck McDonald's.
So the argument here is that tried to go through the drive-thru to purchase food for a homeless person, and they wouldn't let you.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a McDonald's manager with years of experience,
First-hand experience.
I will tell you, I don't give a fuck who you buying the food for. I'm gonna take your money.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me, is I'm just like, there are plenty of other reasons why you would have a second order. Maybe you're getting it from for someone at home.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just really fucking fat. I don't know. There's plenty of reasons.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. The only thing I can possibly think of is that homeless person has been a consistent blight on that McDonald's, like constantly outside trying to ask for this thing, and he's become a menace to the building. And so they knew what was up, and they basically said, no, we're not going to appease him. We want him to go away.
Maybe.
Like, that is the only possible reason that I, as a person who has worked there as a manager, would ever deny service to somebody.
Yeah. But we don't know that.
But we don't know that. So I'm just saying, like, if there was a reason, that's the only one I could possibly think of. Otherwise, it just seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. McDonald's is the asshole.
Yep.
Just kind of in general. I don't think we even needed this story to know that.
McD's nuts.
I'd rather not. Frankly. Let's load one up here. Nope, copy, paste. There you go.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Yep.
Hope you're enjoying the music, audience.
Sorry, give me a second. I'll get my phone.
Yep. Keep it on hand, buddy.
Please stand by.
All right, here we go. Opening it up now. Let's see if I can read this one a little bit better. Okay. Am I the asshole for being honest with my son that I am not proud of him? Oof. Well, I mean, it's going to depend on the context. My wife, Nina, and I became pregnant with our son, Jason, when we were both 20. We will admit it was an unplanned pregnancy, but we loved our son and kept him. We did our best to raise Jason to be kind, respectful, and treat others well, and we thought we've succeeded. Jason worked hard to attend an elite university. Jason and his first wife, Sarah, had a daughter, Simone. Unfortunately, Sarah passed in a car accident before Simone's third birthday. Jason raised Simone until Simone was 4. At that time, he met a second wife and moved 2 hours away. Simone lives with us. Jason visits once every 2 months at best. He and his wife would stay the day, buy Simone a present, then Jason would say it was time to leave. Nina and I suspect he only visits and buys Simone the present because his wife makes it. His wife, Iris, is a lovely lady. She insists that Simone should move in with them, or they should move closer to us because she wants to be Simone's stepmom and spend time with her. But Jason shoots the idea down because he says Simone moving in or them moving career, and it is best Simone stay with Nina and me. Simone is 11 now, excuse me, and she adores Jason. She makes drawings and cards for him, constantly bakes treats to send him. It is devastating for her because her daddy is her hero, and she does not want to spend time with her. Her birthday was in July, and she cried when Jason did not call her to wish her happy birthday. Okay, yeah, disappointed. Iris tried lying to Simone to make her feel better that the phone lines just went down and Jason did not forget, but Simone did not believe her. Simone is at summer camp all week, and Jason invited us to a party to celebrate receiving a promotion. During the party, Jason told me about how much more money he makes with this promotion and his job title, and he asked, "You should be proud, old man, job title, and elite university alumni." I sighed and told Jason that I honestly have not been proud of him as of late. He may have a well-paying job, but he treats his own beautiful daughter as if she doesn't matter. Simone is his own little girl. She loves him so much, and he doesn't even seem to care. Nina came back with drinks, and Jason told her what I said. Nina told him that she agreed with me, and he does not treat Simone right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Most of the family says that I and Nina are in the wrong to tell Jason I was not proud of him. Can I just skip the rest of this and say you're the asshole? Or you're the asshole?
No, we need this. We need this. We are completionists.
All right. They said I should know how much that statement hurts at any age because I was never good enough for my own father's eyes. They say that Jason is probably focusing on stabilizing his career and Simone can move in with him after. They also said Jason's own promotional party was not the time or place to call him out, and I could have just congratulated Jason on working hard and saved the drama for another day. I feel what I said needed to be said, but most of the family is disagreeing with Nina and me. Am I the asshole? As many people ask, Jason does pay for child support. He believes because that his responsibilities have been met. Jason told us he was attending therapy in the beginning, but we learned later truthful about it. Simone sees a child psychologist, but she seems to talk to psychologists more about school and friends rather than Jason. Many of the comments have also suggested that Simone could resemble Sarah and cause too many bad memories for Jason. That could be possible, but Simone also does not resemble Sarah at all. Simone looks like a young version of Nina with lighter skin and slightly thicker hair. The issue seems to be that Jason does not want to be a parent to Simone. I was right. We skip the rest of that. You're not the asshole. So, and here's why I say that. Yeah, you could make the argument that this wasn't the time or place to bring that up, but he wanted to sit there and and fucking strut his britches and said, "You should be proud of me because blah blah blah." That puts you in this uncomfortable position of okay, now that you brought that to table, you're expecting
he asked for it.
You asked for it because you asked my opinion. You asked my opinion on the matter. You said you should be proud of me.
Aren't you proud of me?
If I'm not,
no.
If I'm not, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
You're now expecting me to lie to you just to keep this conversation from occurring when it desperately needs to happen. So since you brought it up, I'm going to tell you, no, not been proud of you recently because you're fucking hanging your daughter out to dry, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no. OP, you're not the asshole.
OP, you're not the fucking asshole. This dude's a dick and he needs to get his fucking balls on. Give his fucking balls a tug.
Yeah,
make sure they're still fucking attached. You call yourself a man and you just leave your daughter with your fucking parents even though you got the money and me to fucking take care of them?
Seriously,
call yourself a fucking man?
He's over here king-making himself, being like, oh man, look at all this fucking money I'm making. Look at this job I got. Look at how well I'm doing for myself. Aren't you proud of me? Aren't you proud of me? Oh yeah, fuck my daughter. You can have her.
You're a fucking disgusting disgrace. If I had that kind of money and I had a beautiful wife and I had all the means and ability to take care of my daughter, I would never fucking leave her with my grandparents.
Exactly. Fuck.
Kevin, I'm gonna pull up Baka Gaijin Classic and psychoanalyze a stranger on the internet.
Let's go!
I think what has happened here is Jason sees...
I need to smoke after that. Excuse me. Fuck, I'm angry.
Jason, I think, sees his first marriage as a mistake. And as a product of that marriage, I think he also sees his daughter as something of a mistake. Oh. And I think he saw his second marriage as he sees it as a complete reset. Like, okay, I fucked up there. Now I'm on to this new thing. I've reset. This is my life now.
You can't do that.
Yeah, like that's not.
That's fine if that's his logic. It's also fucked up because you decided to create a child, or it was an unwanted pregnancy actually. So you didn't decide, but you were fine with caring for this child before. You built an attachment with them, and now it's your job to follow through with that back.
Yeah.
As a parent, it is your responsibility. It is part of your responsibility as a member of this species and as a member of society to take care of your seed once you have created a child.
Yep.
And you are not doing that.
I understand that feeling of wanting to start over, but part of life is having
being out to dry, especially a child.
Part of life is having those responsibilities, and maybe it's not fair, but it's just something you have to deal with.
The child did not ask for any of this, and you're basically punishing your child. You're punishing your child for the fact that you didn't have a good marriage, which isn't your child's fault.
And unfortunately, this is far too common with breakups and situations like this, where and unfortunate situations like this where the child ends up being the one that pays the emotional for the parents fucking up. And me seeing it happen on a fucking Reddit post makes me fucking furious.
Yeah, I'm angry too.
I think you're a fucking spineless wiener, and you need to fucking give your balls a tug to make sure they're still attached. Because I don't think you can call yourself a man after all this shit.
Yeah, I think best case scenario, Jason gets some kind of intervention here and has some kind of character arc. if that
Also,
doesn't
his
happen,
entire family, because apparently they're saying, "Oh, that was the wrong time to bring that up." Fuck you!
It was
You're
a
not
good
taking-
time
you're
to
also-
bring it up.
You're also not the one
It
taking
was-
care of his estranged daughter.
thematically, it was the perfect time to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
thematically.
literally
Also, he
asked,
brought.
"Aren't you proud
also,
of me?"
He wanted to strut
Not
his
up
shit like
particularly.
he's God's gift to fucking, like he's God's
Yeah.
gift to the fucking planet. Of course, I'm not gonna lie and say I agree with him. I'm gonna tell him the fucking truth.
Yeah.
And if he's got a problem with that, see previous statement about balls and tugging.
Yeah, and they also, yeah, and the people in his extended family, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt, like, he's working on his career so Simone can move in. I'm reading a Reddit comment here. And he's like, when? She's 11 years old. How long is she gonna have to wait?
Yeah,
11? Another 11 years? Or when he retires?
Yeah, didn't he just drop her off when she was like 4?
I mean,
Oh
go
my
back and check.
god. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, but
That's really bad.
Yeah, so Jason needs a character development arc, but if that doesn't happen, I think she's better off where she is with her grandparents that seem to actually care about her.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't
Fucking bastard fathers.
I don't see what age she was at the time.
Yeah, but like, still,
yeah.
I
regardless.
don't want to say he's like the worst guy ever, because at least he's paying child support.
Yeah.
Like, so he's not like trying to completely wash his hands of her. But
yeah, he's going through the motions. It's a
maybe he's
facsimile
not,
of
and maybe
fatherhood.
he's just not ready personally. But he doesn't have a choice. No one's ready to be a parent. If this
Yep.
shit was easy,
Yeah.
if this shit was easy, like everyone would be raising star citizens as children and not degenerates who get hooked on drugs and shit. Being a parent is not fucking easy.
Yeah.
No one is ever ready for it. They have classes to help you, but the first thing they'll tell you is you're not ready for this and you never will be.
I also think it's like, when you really break it down, he kind of has it easier than most in this regard.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah, he's financially stable and he's got a second
yeah.
person in the household. And
yeah,
he's got,
and he's got grandparents willing to take in his kid for him. Like, all he would have had to have done is be a more active presence, and nobody would even be questioning the fact that she lives with her grandparents.
yeah, if he visited like
Yeah.
once a week, like this wouldn't be probably wouldn't
Yeah.
be nearly as big of an issue.
Yeah.
Uh,
But because he doesn't, now they're asking the question, well, why isn't she living with you?
Yeah, like,
You know.
like he's straight up just neglecting her now.
Yeah, I can't get over the fact that this guy had a perfect invitation to have his cake and eat it too, to have his fresh start, and also not ruin everyone's opinion of him. But he was too preoccupied with his own bullshit to even do that.
Yep.
Like, it would have been so easy to just be a cool uncle in your daughter's life, but you couldn't even do that, you know?
Fuck you, dude.
So, yeah, have a character development arc.
Please. Please grow and change as a person.
And Grandpa, not the asshole.
Oh, yeah, no, the grandparents are fucking heroes here. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking bless those people.
Yeah. She may be better off with you. It's time will tell.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Good fucking god.
No, that one sucks. It's who read that one? Who read that one? Was that me? Was that him?
that was me.
Sheridan.
Okay, it's my turn. Am I the asshole for telling my female friends that my brother is gay?
Oh. Oh no.
My brother is 2 years older than me. He is the golden child. Okay, when someone describes their sibling that way, you know there's a lot of beef. There's a lot of history there that they're not gonna get into.
He's the golden child.
He is the golden child, and I have always been seen as the lesser brother.
I am the lesser child.
My parents constantly compared me to him. He was popular as a star athlete throughout high school. I was a nerd, and everyone questioned how we were related. He was smart and a star student, and every teacher expected me to be like him, and I couldn't live up to that standard. He would often not even acknowledge me when we passed each other in the hallway, as he was in a higher caste and couldn't associate with the untouchables.
Oh god.
When I made girl friends, they would ask to come over just so they could get closer to my brother. This has been a common issue for me for obvious reasons. We're both college students now. He's a grad student at a nice university. I'm elsewhere. Our hometown has a big bar and nightlife scene that's really only accessible if you're 21 plus, and my friends are all now 21. They all wanted to go to take a visit to our hometown, and I thought it'd be a good idea. I told my mother my plans, and she was excited to meet my friends. Unbeknownst to me, my older brother was also planning to visit home, and my mother didn't tell me. So we get there, and my brother's car is outside. We walk in, and my brother's in the kitchen, and immediately the three girls in my friend group, one of which I have a huge crush on, were immediately curious about him. After a meet and greet, we left, and they started talking about him. I kind of panicked and immediately told them that they were barking up the wrong tree. One asked if he was gay, and I said yes. So the day goes by. We heed back to my place for a I think he missed the word headed.
Yeah.
We headed back to my place for a meal, and the girls are in his face. One asks about his love life and if he has a boyfriend. He says he's straight. They said I told him he's gay, and he breaks loose, and all hell breaks, and heel breaks loose. I think he means hell. He pulls me aside and tells me what I did was a douche move.
No, he just broke a shoe. He just broke a shoe on the spot.
He pulls me aside and tells me what I did was a douche move. I told him that he doesn't need to be appealing to any of my girlfriends, and an argument ensues. My girlfriends, I want to point out he's constantly putting a space between those words.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My girl friends are also mad at me for doing this because they like him. Am I the asshole?
Something, get some bitches. I don't know. That was a dick move, honestly. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just maybe you should make yourself look more appealing to other people so that they'll want to be around you and they'll want to go out with you. The fact that he is more attractive and more, presentable to as like, a potential suitor to these girls is like, he's just doing his thing. He's just doing whatever. You're over here just basically trying to pull the rug out from under his social life, and that's not okay.
It's the reason I hate Monami from Ori Emo.
Yeah.
It's the reason she's the villain of the show.
Yeah.
Is because if you look at how she and Kirino approached how to deal with Kyosuke and how to win him over, Kirino's strategy, not condoning incest here, but Kirino's strategy was to
I'll do it for you. It's fine.
was to elevate herself to a level at which he would appreciate her.
You mean Monami's strategy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Kirino's strategy was to elevate herself. She went out and grinded track. She went out and grinded all this other stuff. She got into modeling gigs.
Yeah,
She became a star student. She pushed herself upwards in order to be able to match this person, so that to earn their adoration or to be at the same level as them. Monami wormed her way in and tried to feed him a bunch of fucking bullshit about how an exciting life is garbage and you should just live a lazy, uneventful life. You should basically become a loser, because if you do that, then I'll be seen as more fit for you. She did the exact opposite. Neither of them were at his level when they were children. But as they grew up, one took the non-toxic route, and the other one literally destroyed this guy's potential career in track and opportunities in college and shit, because she wanted to fuck him, but she was too much of a loser to ever work hard herself. So she dragged him down to his level, and that's why she's a fucking evil character. And that is exactly that's not to the same extent, but that's kind of what's going on.
It's about 10% to the same extent.
You tried to drag. The point is, you tried to drag this person down instead of making yourself better and bettering yourself.
I do want to point out
something I will never support.
I do want to point out that in Ori Emo, Monami literally created her own problem by sequestering the siblings away from each other, which resulted in them not actually having much of a relationship to start with, and then they accidentally develop romantic relationships for each other. So congratulations, Monami.
Each other like,
this is
that is some delicious dramatic irony.
I know, that's why Ori Emo is fantastic. Everybody should watch it.
I have not, despite hosting a pro-incest podcast, so that's an interesting...
Oh my god,
how
that
have
is an
you
anime
not
you
seen
absolutely
Ori
need to
Emo?
watch.
It's a fucking cultural staple.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do
I
it,
didn't.
bitch!
I don't know. You're gonna have to win the Game Awards bet.
No, I have other plans.
Yeah, but you gotta, think long term. There's gonna be a Game Awards every year, Kevin. We could also probably start doing it for Summer Games Fest if we really feel like it.
Oh, we can.
We could. Anyway, a comment says, YTA, being gay is not a weapon to manipulate girls into liking you.
Yep.
You sound like you are resentful and on the road to becoming an incel. It might be time to work on yourself and get a healthier attitude.
This is absolutely fucking incel behavior.
Yeah. Also, you've just outed to 3 girls that you're a liar, so, I mean, good job. Good going. Nice strategy.
How did you think this was going to go? Like,
yeah, you think they were never gonna see your brother again?
like, dude, you did not think this through. You're fucking stupid, too.
Yeah, I think more than an asshole, you're just dumb. I mean, you're also the asshole, but you're dumb. That's my verdict. You're dumb.
Hey, buddy. Just blown from Stupid Town.
Yeah, no, you're the asshole, OP. Fuck you. Growing changes a person.
Give your balls a tug, grow up, and be a man.
Yep.
You are the asshole, and we condemn thee. Here you go.
Am I the asshole for being mad at my husband for stranding me at the airport for an hour so he could finish his baseball game?
Depends. Was he playing or watching?
So, we're about to find out!
That would probably actually make a significant difference.
That would make a gigantic fucking difference.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Good point.
Yep.
So my sister has a newborn and was really struggling with sleepiness and sleeplessness.
Nope.
My bad.
Yeah, that opposite problem.
My sister has a newborn and was really struggling with sleeplessness and postpartum. We live in the next state, but I didn't hesitate to cancel all my week's plans and appointments and book tickets to go help for 3 nights. While there, I cooked and cleaned by day and fed the baby at night/overnight. After 3 days, I was pretty spent and sleep-deprived myself. I came home on an evening flight that arrived at 8 p.m. The flight was super bumpy and I am anxious, so that added to my nerves being fried. Well, my husband was supposed to pick me up, but he had a baseball game, casual beer league, 2 miles from the airport that evening.
Oh, he was playing.
Yeah. When I landed, there was 1 inning left in the game. I figured he'd duck out early to come grab me, but no, he insisted on finishing the game and told me to sit tight. I looked into an Uber home, but it would cost $200. So I sat in the airport in tears because I was so exhausted and hurt. He showed up an hour later. Edit to add, we booked these tickets together, both not realizing he had his game when he did. Once we realized, we pre-arranged for him to leave early and pick me up. He changed his mind sometime between when I was away and when I landed. He also told me not to spend the money when I texted him about Uber costs to home and to the game. Both were exorbitant because of the late hour. When I laid into him, he got super defensive and told me this game was close and important to him and it should be no big deal for me to sit and wait a while. I told him I felt like I'd just been super supportive of someone for 3 days and was tired and needed some support myself, and was hurt that he'd choose 1 inning of baseball over my comfort and needs. His response, I wouldn't have cared if it were me. Who's the asshole here? Am I totally overreacting or am I being gaslit?
So now let's talk about it first.
There is a small, edit for clarification.
I didn't want them to know that. You've ruined it.
Okay.
Anyway, so, I was gonna say she's the asshole because I don't think waiting for an hour at an airport is the biggest deal. Let's get some Subway. Calm down. Doom scroll.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. But he did say he would leave
he said he would. He promised. That was a deal that was made.
So it's like... I also don't think it's the biggest deal ever, though. Yeah, he broke a promise, but, also, he was doing shit. I don't think sitting in an airport for an hour is this horrible thing to subject someone to.
Yeah.
Read the edits.
Yeah. So, edit 1. Because so many people are asking that... Fuck! Drop my phone. The airport I was in is a tiny municipal airport with no services outside the gates. It pretty much shuts down around 8 p.m. and it's in the middle of nowhere, with town being 2 miles away. Walking was not an option.
Walking 2 miles wasn't an option?
Guess not. Update. Not sure if this is a thing here, but I thought I'd update. Husband came to me and said he realized he made a huge mistake and put himself first. His apology was super sincere. We also discussed how we could have planned better so that nobody has to lose. In fact, the next game interferes with dropping our child at sleepaway camp, so we've made a solid plan for that. In hindsight, I should have just driven myself up there and left the car, or arranged for a friend to grab me. He acknowledges that he left me in a bad spot by telling me not to Uber home or to the game, but just to wait. Thanks for all the
That was not bad. That was not bad advice. Don't pay for a fucking Uber if you only have to wait an hour.
Yeah, no, that's... Yeah, like... Maybe... Okay. I have literally been stranded at a fucking Greyhound station for, like, 6 hours before. 1 hour waiting at an airport is nothing to me.
Yeah, there's cushioned seats, there's bathrooms, there's food. Fucking, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Thanks for all the feedback, even the ones that call me the asshole. It gave me a lot to consider hearing the other side of it. My husband and I have been very happily married for 21 years, high school sweethearts. We have 2 kids, 19 and 12. Being together this long means some bad habits set in. We work hard at our marriage, but sometimes things blow up. This is my very first time using Reddit and attempting to get a totally anonymous and neutral perspective. Not sure I'll do it again, but it's been entertaining.
Well, it sounds like they worked it out. But as for the verdict, no assholes.
No
here.
assholes here. Yeah, it's just you were a little impatient. You know, he wanted to finish his game. It was an hour wait. Wasn't that big of a deal. Everyone was, you know, high emotions. But it got sorted out afterwards, so, like, who gives a shit?
I do think OP needs to get over herself if she thinks being at an airport for an hour is a problem.
Yeah, like,
Not a real problem.
I have heard far worse issues than being stuck at an airport at 10 p.m. for an hour.
Most real problems, L plus ratio.
Lol. Yeah, no. I don't really think there's assholes here. I think there's just misunderstandings.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's all just,
right.
like, minor, like, peanuts. It's nothing. Glad it all got sorted out, though.
Yeah. Anyway, I sent you one.
My turn!
Woo! Woo!
All right. Am I the asshole for not paying my daughter even though she's working for me? Yes.
Oh. Ooh, just the title alone.
All right. So I own a small store, and my daughter has always been helping around since she was 14, but now she's 18 and keeps asking me to pay her for what she does. You're an
How dare
asshole.
she.
Yeah,
This is over. We're done. I don't need to read the rest.
You're gonna.
This is so
right,
fucking
fine.
cut and dry already, though. God.
As I said earlier, she always willingly helped me run the store, and as I mainly do it all by myself, although I have one part-timer, and since the mother isn't here anymore, she always tries to help me as best she can. But lately, Jesus, this is one giant fucking run-on sentence. But lately she keeps asking me to pay her because she says that what she does is what an employee would do for her. She deserves it. However, in my opinion, she doesn't because she just arranges the store, cleans it up, and sometimes takes care of checkout. So she works for you. I mean, yes, it's something an employee would be paid for, but since she's my daughter and I already provide her and pay for all of her living expenses, I don't think that paying her would be right. It would just be spoiling her. I already refused several times, but she doesn't want to give up, and she keeps skulking and being angry at my answer. She's going to college next year, and I will be paying for
The
it, which is
boomers
not
are
something every
expanding the
parent-
definition of spoiling to uncomfortable levels.
Yeah, I know. Paying for it, which is not something every parent does with their child, so she's being a bit over the top with this request from me. So am I the asshole?
Yes.
Just to add, I never ever forced her to work for me. She's the one who asked to work for me, as it allows her to spend more time with me. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm about to explain why this doesn't fucking matter at the end. Working at my store is our little bonding time together. If she wants to quit, I would allow her, and she wants to work. And if she wants to work somewhere else, I would too. I never told her that I wouldn't pay for her college if she stopped working for me, and I constantly pay for anything and everything she asks me for when I give her spending money if she asks. If she wants new clothes or wants to buy something she found on the internet, I would buy it for her, and if she asked me to do something with her, I would do it. She's my only child and my only daughter, and I try to treat her as best I can. Update. Thanks for the very few nice and well-explained comments of why I am the asshole. I realized that my actions would have a very bad impact on my daughter and that future. I made us have a talk and decided she would be paid for her work. Okay, good. But since I want to make her financially responsible, I would cut all the extras which I'm giving her. And that's fine. That's what I was going to suggest. Buying random things and ask me for it. That's how we are. The thing is that now we're having a disagreement because she doesn't want me to cut off the extras. Okay, well now she's being the asshole. So not only are you the asshole originally, but it's also illegal what you are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what state this is occurring in, and I wish they would explain that. In the state of Ohio, at very least, and in many states, I know this is true for many states of the United States, because I'm assuming this person's American, and I'm pretty sure this is true for Canada too.
Yeah.
I almost called it Canadian.
Canada.
But Canada. It is illegal for anyone to work in your establishment if they are not paid.
Yeah.
If you are a for-profit business. Now, if you are a volunteer job or a nonprofit organization, then you cannot pay them for services given. But if you are a for-profit business, if someone is working at your store, you have to pay them for the time that they are working. And there are specific guidelines on how much you have to pay them. You have to pay them as an employee. Not doing so, even if they're a family member, is illegal.
Yeah.
So you should have done one of two things. You should have either said, I'm going to pay you, or you can't work for me. There is no other option.
Yeah.
So, if you want to give her whatever hour you want, say hey, I'm just going to work 2 hours today. That's fine, but you have to pay her for those 2 hours.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's illegal. So you are the asshole.
Yeah. I also think his strategy of just like, I'm not going to pay her for her work, but I'll buy whatever random shit she asks me for. It's just weird priorities. It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
He realizes that now, but that's weird priorities. And she's complaining because, like, it's now probably less than she was used to overall. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. Change is hard to adapt to, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. You were the asshole. You don't seem to be anymore, but that's not what it's about. So you were the asshole.
You are the Redditor formerly known as asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing that we have to take into account here is that what he's doing, whether he's the asshole, is actually illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In most states. I don't know if there are states that don't have that kind of law, but if you're a for-profit business, which I assume this business is for-profit, then you must pay them for time. You must put them on payroll and you must pay them. When I was working at McDonald's, a lot of staff would try to come off their breaks, which we didn't pay for. We don't pay you for your breaks. You have to call breaks, which I disagree with, but whatever. They would try to come off a break when we were getting fucked up and work, and I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, and they would say, well, I'm just trying to help out, I'm on my break. No, you either clock back in or you get the fuck off my floor.
Yeah.
I'm not risking an OSHA violation because I'm not risking an audit because you want to help us out. We'll manage. Go take your break or clock in.
Yeah. This is why I like not working for a corporation, because I can just, if there's nothing to do, I can just sit on a pot for an hour and I get paid either way. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like separation between break and non-break. It's just, are you doing what needs to be done? Good. Anyway. Next one. Am I the asshole for scaring someone, quote-unquote scaring someone that entered my apartment and making them face disciplinary actions when they came forward to complain about me?
What the fuck?
I work in housing/residence life at a major university. One of the benefits of my job is an apartment on campus. My apartment is external but attached to one of the buildings that I oversee and right next to one of the doors to the building. However, the entrance to the building is a clear glass door, and my apartment door looks like a door to any of the other resident door rooms and could be mistaken for a supply closet. But definitely not an entrance, and definitely not something a random person should be entering. I would sometimes leave my door unlocked if I was in my living room, but after student staff accidentally entered my room during room walks, I started locking it 24/7. However, earlier this week, I had just gotten back from taking out the trash and was about to take our recycling when a student entered my apartment. I sternly yelled, "What are you doing? Get out!" The student left the door open and left. I went to go close the door to see if the student was still there, as I wanted to get his name because entering a room unauthorized is a conduct violation. However, the student had booked it. Today, I had a father me I'm assuming tell me, about an incident. It turns out that it was that student's father. The father went on about how his son was traumatized after the son accidentally walked into someone's room and some man yelled at him and chased him. I explained that his son had entered a staff member's apartment and that we had been searching for the culprit, and now we have identified his son. His son would be going through conduct process since his son violated policy. The father was not happy and told me that what I did was unacceptable. He asked for my supervisor's contact information and told me he would get me fired. I know I won't be fired for this, nor will I be getting in trouble, but still, am I the asshole? Now, you may have some follow-up questions, which OP will oblige to answer.
I like how I just called that one out.
Edit to address some comments questions. Unfortunately, there are not 4, there are 6.
For six
Six
reasons.
6 questions! Number 1, my apartment is labeled with a room number. I have been told not to draw attention to the fact that it's a staff apartment, as students may come to the door and ask questions that they should be going to the office for. Also, students have been known to harass and vandalize staff doors if they know it's a staff apartment. 2, any side doors and staircases are labeled as such. 3, I thought I had made this edit previously, but chase was a strong word. I literally just went outside to see if the student was still there and reprimanded him, but he had darted. 4, we live in a major city and our campus has a lot of transient problems. I had no way of knowing this person was a student in the moment. They spelled no like with a K, so
Yeah.
I was confused. 5, I'm confused at what information people are commenting it was an accident. Have I that I don't? They have that I don't. How do you know it was an accident? I don't even know that yet. It's still being investigated. 6, conduct process is policy. Anyone that breaks any of the housing policies is subject to it. He broke a housing policy. I'm not the one who decides his fate.
The council will decide your fate.
I think you are right, but you have a massive stick up your ass.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I think everyone sucks here,
Yeah.
which is what Reddit also decided. Because on the one hand, the father making the argument his son was traumatized by a dude telling him to get out is silly. On the other hand, you're kind of an asshole for it. And your entire conduct in this regard, you are correct, but you suck. You have a big stick up, you got a big old stick up your ass. You know, it was, I don't know if it was a mistake or not.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks
Man,
here.
fuck all y'all.
Top comment. If the entry was accidental and you know it was unintentional, then causing trouble for an innocent means yes, you're the asshole. Make life simple. Get a sign on the door about it being an apartment. Well, he just said why you couldn't do that, though. Man, this sucks. This situation sucks.
Yeah. This whole thing is just bad.
I'm gonna scroll down.
Screw all this.
Yeah. Okay, everyone sucks here. So a random student randomly walks into an unlocked door, perhaps thinking it was a side door into a dorm, is your apartment for only a few seconds at most, and immediately leaves when told to do so, so you launch a witch hunt to find him. Meanwhile, a man hears his son talk about how he wandered into someone else's home and was chased out and decides the person who lives there needs to be punished. Everybody should just let this go. The kid meant no harm and has now learned not to open that door. You had every right to scare the intruder away, but continuing to seek further punishment against anyone is pointless and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone sucks here.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree with that.
Kevin, I think it's time for the lightning round.
I think it's time for the lightning round.
I believe it is time for the round of lightning.
Excellent.
So let me just scroll on by to do this. Actually, Kevin, can we pause for a quick? I use the bathroom.
Okay.
Hello, welcome back to the lightning round. This is where we go through our unpopular opinions to see if these opinions are unpopular. Do we agree or disagree? Let's find out. And also shower thoughts.
Ooh.
Probably. Yes, maybe.
Oh, ho, ho.
But will it be more shower than thought? Will it be more thought than shower? We'll have to find out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Look, there are there are shower
I feel
thoughts.
like I was trying to be insightful, but that was like Michael Moore levels of insightful.
That was like a fucking Jaden Smith tweet.
See, that was the point. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Oh,
You
sure.
understood my intent.
Oh, sure. It was his creative vision. Don't you get it, Saradin? We can't criticize it. He meant it to be bad.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're right. You're
It was
right.
totally
you're right.
planned.
Anyway. Unpopular opinion. Mexican restaurants should always include free chips and salsa, and beans and rice should always be included with tacos.
I agree.
Yeah, sounds good.
More free shit.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like free things, yeah. Upvoted, agreed. I don't know if that's unpopular.
Yeah. I don't know if that's unpopular.
I think that might be unpopular specifically with Mexican restaurant owners and literally nobody else.
No, you stupid white person. You don't get anything else.
That was your Mexican impression? What the fuck?
No.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think that's good opinion.
Yes.
I don't think it's unpopular.
No. I don't think it's unpopular.
So you fail. You get nothing. You lose, sir. Good day. Unpopular opinion. Strawberry is the best standard ice cream flavor. Not when mint exists, it isn't.
No. I think by standard they mean like, the main three being like, vanilla, chocolate, and
No, I think by standard they mean like the stuff that every store has.
right.
Like
I would
every
also
store has
agree.
mint.
Mint is much better.
Yeah, I fucking love mint. I fucking love mint ice cream.
We are a pro mint podcast.
Also, butter pecan. I think every store has butter pecan because it's one of the oldest ice cream flavors, and
It is.
Probably.
and it's also far superior to strawberry.
It is pretty good.
Also, most strawberry is not made with real strawberry. Like if you're making the argument strawberry made the right way is good, okay, I might concede to that. I might concede to that that's a pretty good flavor, and I can understand your opinion. But like, if you're talking about most strawberry is made with extract and food coloring, and it's fucking disgusting.
Yep.
I don't mind it, but like I don't even among the big three, I don't like it as much as vanilla or chocolate. So, although a Neapolitan. Now we're talking. The Neapolitan.
The best of all.
Yeah. It's the best of... I can't say both because it's three.
It's three, yeah.
Best of three worlds. Weird. Anyway. Unpopular opinion. Summer is the worst season and every single second of it is torture.
See, I've had this argument before because, like, I'll say it as many times as I can. Like, summer versus winter. With winter, you could just pile on the layers as much as you can until you're warm.
Yeah.
With summer, there's only so much you can take off.
Yeah, it's easier to apply warmth than to get rid of it.
Yeah.
That being said, have you ever tried to do wilderness survival in the winter?
No,
Most people don't.
I play video games.
But most people
No,
don't
I'm
do
just
wilderness
saying.
survival.
I feel like their opinion only exists inside of places that don't have to deal with extreme cold.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I'm pretty
true.
sure, like, the harshest environments on Earth to live are not the hottest; they're the coldest. That's why very few people live in places like,
Also true.
the Northern Boreals or the Arctic. There's very few people.
Pretty extreme. That's pretty fucking extreme, though.
Well, I'm just saying that winter has always been a sign throughout history of death. Because
Sure. Although I feel like in the near future that might change.
you're probably right.
Yeah. We
We
literally had a conversation about this.
We did. Not on the show. But...
Yeah.
Shower thought, due to the declining population of people who own houses with a garage and have kids, drummers are probably going to become very rare in the next couple of generations.
Okay.
It's hardly possible. Or your roommate's going to get way more obnoxious.
That's also
One of those
possible.
One of those two things is going to happen.
The drummer is a dying breed of human.
Shower thought, Finland is one country away from North Korea.
Technically,
That's a good shower thought.
that is a good. Oh my. Yeah, no, that's a really good one. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They're right.
Unpopular opinion, watermelon is incredibly overrated and gross. You're not cutting it right.
Watermelon.
Watermelon slaps. You're just not cutting it
I
right.
fucking love watermelon.
Or you're not getting good ones.
Yeah, get better watermelons,
Get a good one.
bitch.
Cut it right. Sprinkle some salt on it. That shit good.
What do you think about this, Sheridan?
Watermelon's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I fucking love watermelon. You're weird, OP. Stop being weird.
Unpopular opinion, Kraft Singles is the superior cheese for cheeseburgers. That's not unpopular. I don't agree with it, but that's not unpopular.
Oh, I agree.
Agree with what? That it's not unpopular? Or
Yeah, I agree that it's not unpopular, and I also agree with OP.
Oh. I think Kraft Singles are for impatient people. But it melts so good. Lots of cheeses melt. You just gotta time it right.
What do you think about this, Sheridan?
I don't like Kraft Singles. I almost never use them in cooking.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm singled out here again.
Yeah. You're gonna have to just fucking spray that Velveeta shit right in your mouth like a loser.
100%.
Yep.
What a fucking
Alright.
shit stain.
Oh,
Yep.
oh fuck you.
Unpopular opinion, without a time limit, Wordle is more of a test of will than a test of intelligence. Sure.
Sure.
I understand your argument.
I mean, from a certain point of view.
Unpopular opinion, white is an awful color for electronics, cables, and appliances. Yes.
Yes.
It just
Yes.
turns yellow. It's gross.
Also, technically speaking, white isn't a color, it's the absence of color.
Yeah. You're right, but I kind of hate you right now. I kind of... I'll say this, Kevin. Your neck has never looked more snappable.
You can't even see my neck right now.
That's the impressive part.
I'm not
Unpopular-
wrong. I'm right.
Unpopular opinion. I thought the twist at the end of The Happening was good. Not great, but good. I agree. It could have been executed better, but like it's not a horrible idea.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What? No.
It's just executed really silly.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. People who live in states with drought should not be allowed to have lawns. I'm gonna go further. People who live should not be allowed to have lawns.
What the fuck?
Yes, I am anti-lawn I'm anti-lawn. Let nature reclaim the wilds. It's better for us all.
There are so many reasons to disagree with you, but okay.
No, go off.
Hot take. That's a terrible fucking opinion. But okay.
So you have a hot take about Zeke's hot take.
Yes. Do you have a hot take about his hot take about my hot take?
No, I don't have a hot take about his hot take about his hot take.
No, I'm asking Kevin if he has a hot take about your hot take about my hot take.
Oh my god, move on. This is lightning round.
No, this is. That's why I'm talking fast, because it's the lightning round. What is your hot take, Kevin?
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Oh, you fucking lawn neutralist piece of shit. You fucking enabler of lawns.
You could say that I'm on the fence.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Points given.
It was worth it for that. It was worth it for that. That's
10
good.
points
That's
to
good.
Gryffindor for
That's
that.
good. That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Kevin. You got it done. That was good.
Make sure you insert a round of applause sound effect here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he'll do that. Yeah, but then he's editing it, so that's kind of self-aggrandizing. But we'll give you permission to self-aggrandize.
Just this once.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Elvis is the king of ballads, not of rock and roll.
Yes, actually. Yeah.
I don't know enough
Nope.
to say that.
No. Most of Elvis's most popular music are ballads. So
Yeah.
that's actually true.
Interesting.
There are exceptions like Jailhouse Rock and shit like that, but like his most popular songs are ballads.
Yeah. Okay. Shower thought. Your lap only exists when you sit down.
Man, that's an old shower. That's a fucking classic right there. Yep.
That belongs in a museum. It's an antique.
Yep. The lap itself is this enigmatic thing.
Schrodinger's lap.
Schrodinger's lap. It is. You're not wrong.
Schrodinger's cat sits in Schrodinger's lap. Or does it? We can't be sure.
I think you fundamentally misunderstand what Schrodinger's cat is, but
I don't. I was making a joke.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I get it. It was a joke.
You know, I'm a proponent of physics and being accurate and not
I
perpetuating.
love physics. Some of my best friends apply to physics.
Okay.
And physics applies to them.
This now.
Shower thought. Anything can be single use if you're rich enough. Yes, including planets.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, you went real far with that one. Ooh.
Wow. For the first time, apparently, Bakagaijinshow, the anti-billionaire podcast.
Woo.
Not that we didn't start this episode with dunking on Zuckerberg for like half an hour.
Yeah, no, but like you went dark, man. You went dark.
That's where the mind went. That's where the mind went.
Oof.
Shower thought. Some people are really lucky phone cameras were not common 20 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, think about all the hilarious moments we've missed throughout time.
That's also true. Oh my goodness.
Makes me sad. That makes me sad, actually.
The moments lost
Yeah.
to the ages.
Lost media. Everything.
Well, it had to be media first for it to be consumed. So it had to be recorded physically.
Yeah. It's lost media. It's like there's a way to phrase that,
Yeah.
but it's not happening.
I'm reminded of like earlier on Twitter where like a couple of my mutuals, like Netflix entered into a deal with
Your
Nippon
oomfies?
TV. My oomfies.
Oomfies?
Yeah, like Netflix entered into a deal with Nippon TV to globally distribute a number of anime, and one of the anime that's being distributed is Monster.
Sure.
And people were like, "Oh my god, oh my god, Monster's been relicensed. The English dub has been lost media." And I'm like,
That's not.
I don't think you know what the phrase "lost media" means. Because like if I can literally if I can literally Google "watch Monster dub" and find it within 5 results, it's not lost.
Yeah.
Which I literally did that today, and I'm like, it's not lost. Just look for it.
That's some capitalism brain right there.
It is. It really is. Ugh. So stupid.
Unpopular opinion, I feel like ghost hunter shows are disrespectful.
To who?
Not if you don't believe in ghosts, then they're not.
Ghosts
Then they're just
aren't real!
real! They're not real! I love that clip so much. Let me hold it for a second. Ghosts are not real! Everyone who says this is either a crazy person or a con artist. He just went off.
Oh my!
Ralph
That's
is not incorrect.
That's like the single best moment in all of Ralph the Movie Maker's entire body of work.
Yeah.
Like he peaked there. He peaked early.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: burritos are much better.
Most YouTubers peak early.
Shower thought: burritos are much. No. Unpopular opinion: burritos are much better than tacos. Well, they don't fall out, so that's an advantage for burritos.
Honestly, the biggest issue I have.
You can also stuff more stuff in the burrito.
True. Probably the biggest issue I have with a taco is it's 2 things. One is the form factor.
Sure.
Biting a taco, it's really easy for the shell to just like crack, crunch, and just like
Yeah.
kind of lose its
And-
integrity
when you-
the more you eat
And
it.
when you think about it, when you have a soft shell taco, what do you do with it? You make it more like a burrito.
Yeah, so like it I argue I actually think I agree with OP here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honest to God prefer burritos over tacos. I don't hate tacos.
Yeah.
But I prefer burritos.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna complain if you give me a taco. Like I'll eat that shit.
Ooh. I don't know if I want to open this can of worms again.
Oh.
Unpopular opinion, Coke Zero makes regular Coke redundant. You see, the way they phrase that implies that Coke is Diet Coke because it's a separate fucking beverage, Kevin!
Move on. We're not doing this again.
User
Move on.
opinion,
Move
Cole
on.
knows what it's
Move
about.
on. I don't want to do
Vivian-
this again. I don't want to go back in.
Vivian, call me.
God damn it! Fuck!
All of the random people we shout out on this podcast that have no idea who we exist. I like to imagine Vivian Cole just sneezed right then, and they don't know why. Unpopular opinion: breakfast sausage is far superior to bacon as a breakfast meat. Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
Jimmy Dean, Bob Evans, those are my boys. Don't fuck with my boys. They got the sausage. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion: it's not the language that's attractive, it's the accent. Maybe. This one seems very subjective.
That's entirely subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: people only make their house that modern stainless steel appliances all white and gray because society tells us it's luxury and not because they actually like it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been the history of everything, really. Nobles didn't wear purple because they loved it that much. I mean, some of them probably did.
Yeah.
And purple's pretty dope. But they wore purple because it was harder to make. It was more expensive. It was a status
It was more
symbol.
exclusive. Yep.
That's why gold has the reputation it does. It wasn't necessarily because they liked it. It's just because it was rare and so it was valuable. It also looks cool, but that's subjective. Yeah, all fashion. That's all fashion and aesthetic ever has been defined by classism, basically. Let's see here. Shower thought: music can make you really happy or feel very depressed or really annoyed. Wow, someone discovered art.
Yep.
This is a real Drake I feel sad sometimes I don't moment. Yo, when Drake said I feel sad sometimes I don't, I get
I felt that.
I felt that. He was right on it.
Soul deep, man.
Voice of a fucking generation. He was the kid who got shot on Degrassi The Next Generation.
Yeah.
I remember that. He wanted to play basketball, but he couldn't because he got shot, and he was in a wheelchair, but then he found art. I don't remember much about Degrassi The Next Generation, but what I do remember is that.
But I do remember Drake.
It's hard to forget Drake. I mean, he feels sad. Sometimes he don't.
Yep.
Let's see here. Shower thought: we've been conditioned to always find our other half, but rarely taught how to make ourselves whole.
That's a good shower thought.
Thank you, Confucius.
That's really good. That's not
Shower
a
thought.
shower thought. That's fucking shower philosophy.
Get your shower degree for your shower philosophy. Shower thought: for living in seawater, seafood doesn't taste very salty. Some of it does. You ever have
Some of it
sardines? Sardines are pretty salty.
Very salty.
Yeah. It depends, and there's probably some complex biological reason for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they're thinking of shit like sushi.
Yeah.
Which, for the record, fucking love sushi.
Shower thought. The entire world's population is fully replaced roughly every 80 years.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's not a good shower thought. It's kind of
every
shit.
every 80 years there's a sequel to Humanity. What's new?
Humanity 2!
We're on Humanity 36 right now, and the seasons are starting to lose their steam.
Yeah.
Yep. Side quests aren't really what they used to be.
Shower thought. Killing.
We had guys back then building giant stone monuments that looked like penises to themselves, and nowadays we got guys bitching about not having a penis.
Nowadays our rulers just build yachts they can't actually sail. It's crazy.
Yep.
Shower thoughts. Killing spiders with insecticide is fighting pest control with pest control.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, don't kill spiders or I'll come to your house. I'll fucking kill you.
Shower thought. Minty is both a flavor and a sensation. Yes. Chemically, that is chemically accurate. Yes.
Minty.
Although to be fair, most things, a lot of flavors are sensations also.
Yeah.
So
Like
it's not
spicy.
special. You're correct, but it's not. Also, yeah. Actually, spicy is entirely sensation.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's sensation caused by capsation.
Hey.
Yay! That was barely a bar. But what else have you come to expect from us at the Bakagaijin show? Shower thought. Chocolate chip pancakes is a loophole to have cookies for breakfast. Don't tell them that.
Oh my god, they broke the code.
Oh, you weren't supposed to say that.
Oh, he said the quiet part out loud.
God fucking damn it.
OP, no, what have you done?
I didn't want to do this.
OP.
We have to kill them.
We have to
I'm
kill
having a
OP.
fucking-
He knows too much.
In my head, that clip
We're gonna have to-
from the Calvin and Hobbes segment of Robot Chicken Play where it's like, we have to kill them. Your parents know too much, Calvin. We have to kill them. Mars is amazing.
Oh god.
Fucking love
Shower,
cookies.
shower thought, in the Toy Story universe, the elf on a shelf is real.
I don't like this.
You can't deny it.
Oh, I don't like that. No.
You can't deny it.
That actually makes me uncomfortable. No. Please don't let there be a Toy Story 5 featuring Elf on the Shelf. Please, Pixar, I beg of you. That is horrors that do not need to be unleashed.
Don't give Pixar any ideas. They're running out of them quickly.
Ouch. Oh, Soul was pretty good.
Shower thought, radiation can both cause and eliminate cancer. Yeah.
Yep.
We call it fighting fire with fire. It's a thing. Shower thought, the unluckiest person in history will be the one to die from cancer just before the day the cure for it is discovered. I don't think it's going to be a binary like that. It's, But yeah, basically. Oh, it was just great. Yeah, it was just great. Unpopular opinion, quick lane changes close to stoplight should be illegal.
They should be.
Quick lane changes close to stoplight should be illegal.
Yeah. So like people who are like coming up on a stop sign and suddenly they just swap lanes right at the last second, like just cut you off.
Yeah. But sometimes I forget where I'm going.
Right.
No, fuck this. I do this too often.
Okay.
This cannot be illegal.
This can't be illegal. I do it.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna do it if I'm gonna hit someone. If there's someone there, but like, if there's nothing there, yeah, I'm gonna change lanes.
All right.
Popular opinion, mashed potatoes are arguably better than French fries. No.
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 No. No.
No.
No.
They're different. They're different, certainly.
Why would you go fucking...
Look, if you put a plate of French fries and a plate of mashed potatoes in front of me, I'm gonna pick the French fries.
I was gonna tell OP to kill himself, and I remembered a song I came up with in the shower, an actual shower thought, where
Yes.
I was basically like describing suicide methods, and and how a lot of suicide methods involve a bathtub for some reason. And I was basically just going slit wrists, bathtub, toaster, bathtub, car exhaust, bathtub. just to be silly. Like someone backed their car into their bathroom just so they could suffocate in a bathtub.
That sounds like the fucking rough draft of a Lonely Island song.
You know what? Big inspiration. Big inspiration. That does sound Lonely Island-esque. Yeah, yeah. Andy Samberg, call me. It's collab.
Yeah, let's make some hot garbage.
Unpopular opinion. Helium should not be used for balloons or other wasteful entertainment purposes. Yeah, it is kind of rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little silly.
But also it's fun to inhale and make your voice go squeaky.
But it's also, I don't know. I feel like we have bigger problems than a lack of helium.
Yeah, we have bigger problems to solve than the helium shortage.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go all whataboutism, but
Yeah.
I feel like the helium shortage is not on our top list of priorities.
Probably not.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, the Michael Bay Transformers movies had good action scenes. Yeah, when you can tell what's happening, it's great.
The first 3 did, I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly, afterwards, I think Michael Bay forgot what he was doing and just, like, slept through half the production.
I think the camera guy forgot what he was doing.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. It's literally fine to take your boyfriend's opinion into account.
Yes.
Question mark? Why is
if
this an unpopular opinion?
If this is unpopular, I'm concerned.
Man, fucking white people, God.
Yeah.
You know this is like a fucking Valley Girl white woman. You know it is.
Why would I make assumptions about other people, Kevin?
We do that literally all the time.
I don't know. I don't think there's any recorded evidence that.
I think that's our MO, actually.
Sure, Jan.
Unpopular opinion. Fresh squeezed juice tastes worse than prepackaged juice. Why do you think that is, OP? What do you think that is?
Add sugars.
Could they have done something to the juice, OP? Could they have done something to the juice?
Mayhaps. Maybe they did.
What do you think? You think that's possible, OP?
What do you think, OP?
You might want to fucking think about that for 2 seconds before you post it to Reddit.
Want to think about that, OP?
Yeah.
Do you want to think about it? Use your fucking skull.
Unpopular opinion. Halo Infinite is my 3rd favorite Halo game.
What are the other
Is it unpopular for it to be exactly the 3rd favorite? I don't
know.
What are the other 2?
I think the implication.
What?
And I think it's a fine game.
It's fine. Like,
I don't know. Were you talking campaign or multiplayer? Campaign, solid. Probably one of my favorite campaigns in the franchise so far. Multiplayer, I'm not going to give a proper. I'm not going to properly talk about the multi.
They should finish it first.
Because they got to finish it first. Yeah.
Damn, don't even have Forge yet. SMH.
SMH. Well, Kevin, I think that's going to be the show.
And
Sarah, that'll also be the show. And the viewer, that'll also be the show. Hey, viewer, if you want to be involved with the show, you can write to us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com, or you can join our official Discord server, Accept No Substitutes, in the link provided below. And you can follow us all on twitter.com, @SeekFreak, @SeeCharmanderK, and @Saradin Cedranor. Thank you for listening to the show. Make sure to subscribe for future episodes, and we will see you next time on the Baka Gaijin Show. Zeke freak out. Ciao, ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path.